have done it. Hang on. I think I fixed it.
Okay, I am not seeing anything on YouTube.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we maybe need to do
The
this again.
plus side is that I see it on Kick, so that's working. And I see it on Rumble now. We're set. I've saved it.
Okay, are we on? Should we start the show over?
Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna go again.
All right,
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros Labs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Welcome on to Side Scrollers. Believe it or not, this is our second time doing this, and I have to say, this time, going way better than the first time. Blabs, how are you doing?
I may have forgotten a button, and I fixed it, so it's okay.
That's okay, chat. If you're wondering, but believe it or not, we were actually early, and we were just having a good show. We were running around doing the show, and it turned out we're not streaming to anybody. So
we
got
streaming to Kick the entire time.
Well,
It
Kick
was working.
Enjoy the second show now, my friends.
Yeah.
Enjoy the second show. Blabs, so exciting stuff has been happening. The reason why you're not seeing Craig today, by the way,
I killed him.
is she killed him.
That's what
but
Arch suggested.
also, last night, Craig was on Timcast, a show I personally love. I think everyone should go and sub to Timcast over on YouTube and Rumble. And if you're not, at least watch that episode last night, because Craig killed it last night, did such a great job representing the community, Side Scrollers, and had a lot of great insight and input into the show. Blabs, what did you think of the show?
So I'm gonna be honest, I never watched a single Tim Pool episode in my life. I thought it was pretty interesting though. It was very fast paced, like boom, boom, boom. There's no intro, no warm up, no like shoot the shit kind of thing. It's just I ran. I think it opened up with, and I was like, "Oh damn, okay, politics, let's go."
Yeah.
Craig did pretty decent actually. Like he didn't talk a whole lot. He's not a very political person, but like he would chime in at the right moment. And towards the second half of the episode was more, I think, like his type of culture related video games, and so you could see him chime in more. I thought he did pretty well. He seemed very chill. You could tell at the very first few seconds when he introduced himself, he was a little bit nervous, and I was like, "Oh, he's a little nervous," but then he was totally good to go.
So actually, I was actually talking to someone who had said the same thing, but actually it's just because Homeboy is cold. He was freezing the whole time. He had his arms crossed like this.
Yeah, I saw he said the AC was on him the entire time.
Yes, we've worked in his office, and like as long if it's not 95 degrees, he's freezing.
Yeah, guys, you don't understand. Craig is weird in his office, right? Surrounded by all this tech equipment that just raises the temperature of the room. He also likes to keep it like in the 70s or something. No, winter and I, Phoenix, and I love the winter. Winter and I, we're so retarded, but we like the cold, so we were melting every time we were in the studio. Melting.
Yeah, no, it's pretty rough. But anyway, so if we've got any Timcast people that came here from last night, welcome. How you doing?
Hello.
He'll be back tomorrow. And so this is kind of Side Scrollers light, but I would call it Side Scrollers right. Am I right, Labs? Am I right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a great show, and we've got some great guests, including the wonderful Archcast. How are you doing, Arch?
Oh, hi, Archie.
You had to do that the moment I was trying to pick my ears because I was getting hot too. It's like other shows introduce guests when they look good. Here, it's just picking my nose or something.
Absolutely. Listen, I mean, we can see it true, but like, listen,
Steve,
why? Your nose, you're
Labs
50
is like,
years
how
old.
am I to blame? I only have you right there.
I got you where I want you. Pick your nose.
That one was actually my
I would,
fault,
but-
Arch. I'm new to this whole system, and I got to tell you, Arch, I think I'm doing a phenomenal job. Am I right, chat?
I
Just
think
let me
it's
know
fabulous.
how great a
Very
job
much
I
Fabulous.
Arch, how are you doing?
I am good. Hot like everybody else, but other than that, not too bad.
Don't those earphones make you like melt because they look just like so freaking hot?
Yes, but for some reason or another, my computer has forgotten what a Bluetooth device is, so I literally can't use anything else. So there you go.
What about like buds?
That would require a little thingy bob that I stick into my computer, and I think I've exercised most of those holes.
Yeah.
But like you say your thing doesn't understand Bluetooth, so how is it understanding that one?
For some reason, the docking thing for my headset is perfectly fine, but nothing else. So that is like a
fascinating computer.
docky thingy.
Are you all about that docking, are you, Arch?
I am.
Speaking, no, I'm not going to do the annoying. I'm not going to do the ridiculous transitions. But real quick, actually, Arch, what is the temperature over there? I'm just curious, like what you would define as hot. I am very sensitive. Anything above the 30 degrees, I get hot. So is it like humid there? What's the temperature over there?
The temperature right now is about 30 degrees, but it's the humidity that's the worst. Because right above my house, there's a huge fucking swamp area, and right under my house, there's a river. So, it's like, literally, the humidity is enormous here. So whenever yeah, that's the problem. The heat has never bothered me. It's always the humidity that's a big problem. So anyway, Timcast, folks, we're talking about weather. Well, we're gonna liven this show up with a new guest. We are joined by Attari.
Hi, Attari.
How are you?
Hello, everyone. And I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
Phoenix is actually the professional. I forgot to press a button, which is why we had a nice Rumble logo for about 2 minutes.
Labs is
okay.
she needs to put the guy down just so he knows his place.
I'm useless. Sorry, everybody.
Attari, welcome to the show. You know, every time we have a new guest, we always like to know a little bit about them. Can you kind of share with everyone about you, yourself, the channel, all that stuff?
Oh God, this is the part I was dreading. Oh God. Well, I am a Dark Elf VTuber, and I do a lot of, how should I say, I play a lot of games, and I focus a lot on Warhammer before I became a VTuber. And I kind of just started off just playing games and the majority of it. But I don't know. And then there's some people in the chat already say shock Attari, because apparently a lot of people take my stream now with just shocking every time, because I used to wear shock color.
Like Kaya?
Oh, God, not again.
Exactly like Kaya.
And I'm gonna bet here, because Arch is the weirdo. Arch gifted him the shock collar.
No, it was not. I actually got the shock collar way before it actually became a really big thing.
Oh.
See?
So, but no, and I in turn infected a lot of other VTubers to start getting shock collars as well, because they thought it was a fun thing and they fans really wanted it, and then I set up for quite a lot of them, and it was fun. It was fun because every time you have to test the shock collars, you have to pre-shock yourself to make sure it works, and that's my favorite part. Just hearing the scream and agonies of my fellow friends.
I'll tell you what, I want you to go ahead and shock that like and subscribe and follow button.
Way to go, stud.
Thank you very much. Join the 147,000 subs over on YouTube, 51,000 on Rumble. Hitting that like button does a lot for the channel. Thank you. We'd love you to do that for us. It gets us out there, promotes us, and all that other good stuff, so we can convert other people to being normal men and women. So thank you for doing that again.
Transition them, huh?
Exactly. That's exactly what we want to do.
You want to transition.
As I said before, Craig is not here. He'll be back tomorrow. He is just traveling from the Timcast thing he did last night. So any missed direct donos will be read tomorrow. So we won't be reading them today.
We don't have access to them. Sorry, guys.
Okay, and let's see if we can do this right. I think we're going to do this right. Yeah, we have a new channel called Side Scrollers Bits. It's hilarious because it's video game terminology, like the old 8 and 16-bit time period, where this is where we show, I believe, like 5 minutes and under, roughly, clips. So you can go and check that out. A lot of great stuff here, and I love the thumbnails. I'm just going to take credit for the thumbnails. I had no work on them at all. But
I love the one with the eagle. Look at that. You're all happy.
Yeah, look at that guy. Okay, I'm going to in the first 10 minutes, I'm going to narrate a lot of what I'm doing, and then I'll be okay.
I gotta press this button now.
Yeah, I apologize. Okay. So this Thursday, we've got a great event. Next Thursday, July 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have another round of one of my favorite shows that we do over on Plus, VTuber Chaos Jackbox. This is our second or third time doing it.
This is our
Always
second
fun.
time with doing the Jackbox thing.
Version.
We will have an asset to show probably tomorrow. Waiting on Greg, but that's why we can't pull anything up. But it'll be tomorrow, chat.
It's one of my favorite things that we do. We just get all these great VTubers together and we just let them loose in this virtual set. It is an enormous amount of fun. So if you haven't become a member, make sure you go do that. Make sure you don't miss out on that. And before we get started with the show, there is a movie competition that we've been working on. We have been in the heat of this epic film franchise Showdown. And yesterday, the winner of that franchise, of all the movies, we did like 16 movies or so like that, and the chat picked Lord of the Rings to beat everyone else. That was the greatest movie of all time. But then,
Correct answer.
Question before we get into today's Arch, who would you have wanted to pick, Lord of the Rings or Back to the Future?
Well, Lord of the Rings, of course.
Atari?
Yeah, Lord of the
That's
Rings,
just a
and then
question.
like no shot. It's like you're trying to face God as the end. Like, come on. What?
Yep.
And
Lord of the Rings
Blebs,
is amazing.
Blebs, what would you have chosen?
So it was very difficult, honestly, because like, which one do I prefer watching? Probably Back to the Future.
Okay.
But which one, I guess which one is more significant in culture? It's very like this for me. So honestly, this one's a really hard one. I might have picked like Back to the Future. The only reason Lord of the Rings might have won for me is the Shire music. Just fucking love that.
Out of all the musics in any OST, that's the one that can get me relaxed out of anything. No matter what mood
it's
I'm
so
in.
good. Just put that on when it's raining. It's great.
Yeah, it's like if you ever feel mad, just put it on. Like it's
The
if
Shire.
any bar fight, just put it on, and then just everyone just calms down.
Well, I'm sorry, Blebs, continue.
No, I was just gonna say I really love playing like the Lego Lord of the Ring video games and just hanging out in the Shire. I freaking love that. And whenever we had to go into a scary area whose name I totally forget, I would change the music because there's like a setting in that video game where you can have like all this like cyberpunk style music playing instead of the creepy scary music, and I would do that every time I had to be in that area.
Cyberpunk music in a Lego.
Yeah,
Hobbit
there's like
Lord of
this
the Rings
because you know how like there's like extras that you can unlock in the in game, so you can always change the music to be like some pop weird cybery punky. I remember being really out of theme for Lord of the Rings, and you can put that on for shits and giggles. So whenever there's scary music playing, I'd be like, no, swoop, and I would just like change it to the music. Kind of,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Well, again, I think everyone on this panel, for the most part, loves Lord of the Rings. I want you to keep that in your heart and treasure it, because it might get dethroned. Because, ladies and gentlemen, here is a surprise challenger. This could dethrone Lord of the Rings. Let's see it. Lord of the Rings, you love it, you know it, it's epic. However, can it take on Air Bud?
Yes, let's go.
Air Bud, indeed, one of the greatest film franchises that has ever existed of all time. And I'll have you know, as a matter of fact, now we are not sponsored by Air Bud, but listen, I would love for that to happen. Let's make that happen, because
You would be sponsored by Disney now.
Well, I want to show you this because Airbud, there is an Airbud TV on YouTube, totally free, and you can watch, I think, every single Airbud movie.
I've been watching.
Free. Yeah.
Did you forget the S in the back of it? Airbuds?
Yeah. So, again, ladies and gentlemen, let us know who you want to win. Blabs, who do you have on this?
I'm voting for Air Bud because you
That
know
is
what?
correct.
Airbud has a YouTube channel where you can watch all the movies for free whenever you want. Does Lord of the Rings have that? Does Lord of the Rings have dogs playing sports and little shoes and stuff and playing basketball and kicking soccer balls? No, it doesn't. It has orcs. They're ugly. Airbud has great, beautiful dogs with heart and soul, a story to it. It's about comfort, and I love it. Airbud.
Arch, if I can read
This
your
is
face
such an
properly.
obvious Americanism. I've never even heard about this stupid dog.
Me neither.
How dare you?
Arch,
I feel
let me
like I'm
pitch
too
it to
young
you.
for it.
Let me pitch it to you, okay? I think I can change your mind. Okay. You know what basketball? We love basketball, right? You throw the ball into the hoop.
African American ball, yes.
Exactly. But imagine they're like, wait, we need a new star player on our team to defeat the enemy, which is the opposing team. Who could we get? Another African-American gentleman, you ask? No, a little puppy. They get a dog to play basketball, and he saves the day and he wins. How is that not beating Lord of the Rings, Arch? Tell me, you soulless son of a bitch, how that's not better than Lord of the Rings.
Arch.
See, again, like, we're not Americans. We don't have this. Like, the closer we have to this is, like, the stupid movie where the dog and the cat, like, goes on an adventure and then their family forgets all about
It's called
them.
Homeward Bound, and it's not stupid.
That one. Yes. And they forget all about their pets, and the little child is like, my God, the dog is going to die in the wilderness. And the dog would die in the wilderness, except the dog speak English, and so they can formulate a plan.
That's
so
because
die in the wilderness.
Supreme. Our American dogs will outdog your Norwegian dog.
You tell him, Blabs. You
I
tell
just
him.
think I just did.
I think you did. Wow. All right. Now, Attari, from I think we've swayed Arch here. Are you going to join on the Airbud train?
Unfortunately, yes, it may be free, but the reason why
right.
it's free, here's the thing. Lord of the Rings will never be free, but that's because people are willing to pay for it because it's superior. That's why.
Wow. Well, you've just put an orc sword in the back of my body. It's you just betrayed me, my friend Attari.
Don't
But
worry,
it's all right.
brother, we can.
Betrayal.
The meats are back. The dog meat is back on the menu for the orcs. Yeah.
All right. Well, Blabs, I think it's you ready to start this puppy up? See what I
Yeah,
did there?
I do have some soup. I see what you did there. I
Thank
see
you.
what you did there. But
All right, let's
I
check
got
some supers.
Supers real fast. Hang on, I want to clear this out. Okie dokies. Fluffy Pro for 5 says, is Airbud really on the Showdown today? Gotta for it because of my favorite Rumble streamer. Soccer ball emote, baseball emote, tennis ball emote, football. I'm not gonna read them all.
Thank you for hitting every emote there, Fluffy. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. That's gonna be 5 for Airbud right
Yep.
there. Alex for 10 says, Phoenix, when are you inevitably crowned Dog King Emperor? See, dog right there. It's all in there. Please make sure you choose the regal name Nyoth. It's
Done.
Arch's favorite, and it'll make GW super happy.
I will
The whole Neoth
100%
thing
do
is
that.
sad.
What is Nyoth?
Yeah, it was
It's the
Nyoth.
God Emperor's real name that they invented for him, Neoth.
Are you Neoth? Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was during the era where his wife Erda destroyed all of his plants and stole all of his children to send them to serve chaos. It was very complicated.
Well, now it's attached to an adorable canine with a crown on its head.
Marksman for 5 says Attari is a failed OnlyFans model. Oh my! As
God.
Arch has said, if he looked as good as Attari, he would open OnlyFans and rake in the money. Attari looks better than women.
That's true.
okay,
But he's
I
not a
did use-
failed OnlyFans. The Swedish government
No.
failed him. It's not
here's
his
the
fault.
thing. I definitely used to play VR chat a lot, and I was dipping my toes. But luckily for me, or like for my future endeavors, I'm very lazy when it comes to posting images or anything else. So I did start OnlyFans and then posted some images. Nothing.
your toe?
really- No, like it was just fires or that kind of thing.
Oh.
But as soon as here's the thing, I thought about stopping it like kind of at a point because I just like teasing, and then eventually I wanted to stream like stuff, and you say, okay, I can stream on a place where there's no rules what I'm allowed to do. I was like, oh, that's great. And then Sweden government came in and just smacked me with a paper saying, oh, no, it's illegal to stream on the sites anymore in this country. I'm like, pardon?
The more you know. All right.
Or, you know.
Well, you know.
Frosty for 10 says this Norwegian dare show his face after that loss to the English. Disgraceful. Listen, I prefer Norway over England any day. Harry Kane literally sounds like
As
Ernie
did
from
the
Sesame
judges,
Street.
unfortunately.
Yes,
They preferred the English.
Anyway, 10 for Airbud right there. Listen, Arch, did you watch the game? You watched the game, right?
No, I was streaming at the time, but I watched a little bit of it afterwards, and
He was coping hard. He was seething. He was prepared. He was building himself up for the failure. I will say.
No. The ball hit the fucking camera. That should have been start again.
I like that we are just playing ever since Japan lost to Brazil and then lost to Norway. It's been a custody battle of Hatsune Miku ever since.
I've seen that. Everyone's fighting over that. Magma for 5 says, "Hoi hoi, 'tis an Attari." Also, chat shock Attari for he makes a funny noise.
May have lied, but I
accused
said
of making the funny noises.
Yeah, Archer did when he.
Mhm.
I made some gasping noises when they shot. I may have lied with saying the shockers are gone. May have to rethink it.
I'm gonna keep reading. Anyway, West for 10 says today's showdown should have been Lord of the Rings versus Dune, the most sophisticated high artsy art fantasy film versus the most sophisticated high art science film fiction. You should consider this Dune tomorrow. Considered but rejected. Thank you very much, West.
West, are you putting the Lynch Dune in there, or are you doing the Villeneuve Dune? I'd love to know. Anyway, I'm sorry there, Blabs.
Tin Lee for a Rumble wallet down. Thank you very much for that. What an atrocious transition, birthday boy. New boy gets to choose for this too. All right, so Tari, where does the 2 go? Airbud or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings. We need. We
Airbud
gotta come back. Wait, what? No.
I got you.
Oh wow. Okay, Winterfell came in with $50. Hang on, we're gonna get some Phoenix frolicking. He says 0 CGI in Airbud. Enough said. It's also based on a true story. $50 for Airbud.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Winterfell.
Winterfell. Okay, Blabs, what did I tell you? Winter solves everything. Thank you, Winterfell.
Ta-da. Max for 10 says, funny thing is I actually was following the Timcast stuff before I found side scrollers. Sadly, not that many gamers in their Discord. Was a good show last night. Airbud for Phoenix's birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Freedom Fries for 10 says there's only one Airbud. Your precious Lord of the Ring can eat a bag of dicks. Wow,
Yes.
10 for Airbud. This might be a blowout. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Corey for 10 says Craig was great on Timcast IRL, especially when he gave his opinion on what the WNBA is doing to Caitlin Clark. This is for Airbud. A dog playing basketball is more popular than the WNBA. That's 10 for Airbud right there. I am still thinking that the new Airbud's gonna flop terribly because it's basically a remake, a revival, but all I did was erase swap characters. Anyway,
and listen, you don't need to worry about that because we've got Airbud TV.
It's not even out yet, so we can't even consider it.
Yeah.
We're safe. All right. Insulin for 10 says Airbud. Never seen it, but there's no rule in the book that says I can't vote for it on Phoenix's birthday. Yes, Chad, you guys didn't know it's Phoenix's birthday today, so wish him a happy birthday.
Sure is. Thank you,
happy
everybody.
hatching day because he was
Happy
hatched from a
birthday.
failed science lab experiment.
Rude, but thank you, Attari. I appreciate that.
Critical Catastrophe for 20 says, as much as I want to go for Lord of the Rings, Blabsy's choice. 20 for Airbud.
You're
So
just
where are we at? I didn't see where we at right now.
What is this landslide?
Here we go. Oh, your boy Phoenix is very happy right now. $2 for Lord of the Rings. And $134.99 for a dog putting a ball in the hoop. Airbud.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is great.
Brilliant. All right. Well, I am caught up for now. So it is you are the host today, Phoenix.
Thank you.
Please.
Yes. What a wonderful day today is. Anyway, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Hard News. We're starting off hard news. We got a couple of fun, in theme with Air Bud. We've got a couple of animal stories here.
Yep.
That Blabs is kind enough to showcase today. Let's take a look at this one. There's a racehorse named Skibbity Riz.
Skibbity Riz.
Skibbity Riz has now won back-to-back races in Ohio, the Brain Rot Thoroughbred now has 3 wins in a 19 career starts. Let's see. What is the Brain Rot part of this? That's just like
they're referring to the Skibbity Riz name. That's literally the name of the horse. It's like registered as Skibbity Riz.
Oh God, did they name it after Skibbity Toilet?
Yeah.
I hope so. I'll just read a short little thing of this. The 4-year-old chestnut gelding became a cult favorite online thanks to his registered name, which forces professional race callers to say Skibbity Riz during actual regulated horse races. He first went viral in 2025 after winning at Horseshoe, Indianapolis, where the race call quickly spread online. Since then, Skibbity Riz has been followed closely by racing fans and meme enthusiasts alike. While his name is the obvious draw, he also has legitimate bloodlines, as he is by 2016 Kentucky Derby winner Nyquist and out of Sinwan, whose sire is into mischief. So, I mean, that is just worth watching the horse race just to watch those poor announcers go Skibbity Riz coming up with the That's fantastic.
Well, you ever see, I doubt we can play because it'll probably be copyright, but you ever see that video of like those horses? It's like, my wife knows, my wife doesn't know, or something like that. Like that. Those are the horses' names. It just goes back and forth and back and forth. Yeah. Skibbity Riz is winning. Skibbity Riz loses.
Good old Skibbity Riz.
Yeah.
And Riz.
Good for him to say though.
Riz is what is it? When you've got Riz, that's
you got like charm and stuff.
Charm, yeah. It's Riz is part of a larger word that I'm just blanking on. Right? Charisma. Thank you very much. Skibbity Riz. All right. Well,
one of the many current day assaults on language, unfortunately.
Well, we are moving from land to water now, as we are going to be talking about this this unfortunate.
Click on one image, by the way.
What'd you say? Just
click on one image. That way you zoom in on one image.
Oh, okay. How's that? That looks good.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can take a look over here.
There you go.
So Canada offers maid to literal whales. U.S. authorities have approved an emergency rescue of 30 beluga whales stranded at a closed Canadian theme park. The whales had faced the possibility of euthanasia after the park said it could no longer afford to care for them. Well, that's horrible.
The TLDR of this was that this was like a water park basically that closed down 2 years ago, and it was located in Niagara Falls in Ontario, so by like Buffalo, New York, Niagara Falls, that touristic area. And apparently it's been shut for like almost 2 years, and they couldn't care for these beluga whales anymore. So Canada was like, "Oh, we can like euthanize them, or someone can go and we can offer you aid, or we can do this." But you know what the weird thing is that China supposedly offered to get them all, and then Canada said no to China, which I think is weird because China and Canada are like this, right? They're like,
they're up China's ass,
exactly. So apparently, I guess maybe Canada was afraid China would go and kill all the whales.
I remember back in the day, it was like the Russian military spotted a bunch of dolphins and never told anyone the reason why. But I think it was for experiments, so I think people are afraid that might be the thing. I don't know.
What is Canada's like obsession with murder and killing its own citizens and now animals?
Yeah, well, the thing was that the place couldn't afford them anymore because it was shut down, bankruptcy, whatnot. So I understand that, but like, how is that no other place in Canada could take like even one of them? There's 30 of them.
Cost to just have it, and everyone's like looking over each other's shoulders, thinking, "Who wants to hold these things?" Yeah, they just held it on to the last second they could.
So 28 of them are going in within the USA, and it's like multiple companies are taking them. Like one of them is SeaWorld, and then 2 of them are going to Spain apparently. So they're kind of getting split up. So 2 to Spain and 28.
Spain. I think I'd rather just die.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, that's a happy ending at least for this. I like.
Yeah, they are being rescued. They're being taken. It's basically a giant emergency rescue of all these poor beluga whales that are stuck.
Well, as you know, we recently sadly had the passing of Sam Neill, which was about 1 or 2 days ago.
Yeah, Monday morning, basically.
But on the plus side, right, is that we got some new dinosaur information. There's a whole new dinosaur that was discovered, I believe, which I know Blabs is going to be very excited about.
Such disappointment not to call it something very similar to the Nigersaurus.
Yeah, the old Nigersaurus.
Yeah, can you try pronouncing that name, Arch?
No, not for legal reasons.
Anyone know how to pronounce it?
Nigersaurus.
I tried to word it out in my mind.
Colossenesis.
Yes. Yeah, that one. Try it, Phoenix. Pull it back up.
Okay.
Yeah, and try saying the name. It's right there. It's the second sentence.
Oh, the new name. I thought you were talking about Nigersaurus. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Scientists have discovered a new gigantic long-necked dinosaur species in Thailand. Uragosaurus calasenensis is estimated to have grown up to 20 meters long or about 2 school buses in length. Pause for a second. I think I totally nailed that name. Blabs, did I nail that
I think
name?
you did.
Thank
Fantastic.
You.
Pretty good.
Thank you very much. Let's see here. So scientists discovered a new massive dinosaur hidden under Thailand for millions of years. Now, Blabs, what is this? Do we know what this image of is? I don't think they photographed an actual dinosaur. So what is this?
I like how it says it's pixels. It's like, gee, thank you. Who would have thought that it's not real? It's something very similar to like the Brachiosaurus, those ones with the long necks and everything. Yeah.
Well, according to the BBC, Uragosaurus calasenensis is estimated to have measured up to 20 meters, 66 feet in length, which is roughly the length of 2 school buses parked end to end. The mighty herbivore lived around 150 million years ago and belonged to the, you got to be kidding me, Mamenchisauridae, a family of giant plant-eating dinos famous for their extraordinary long necks and names, apparently. The exciting discovery also marks the first time scientists have officially identified this family of giant long-necked dinosaurs in Thailand. So they just keep finding more and more dinosaurs. Like, Blabs, you're on top of this. Like, what is it like maybe like 20
There's a lot
year?
of dinosaurs that they're finding in the last couple of years. We even talked about it on the show. I think even when Arch was on last time, or a couple of times before. I'm fairly certain Arch was on for that episode. It was another one of those long-necked dinosaurs that they discovered. And they also discovered that the T-Rex's hands were basically useless. It's like, well, duh. It's like got a big hand, small arms. Like hello. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when they discover them, I've always found like they find like a bone, and then they go, "Well, we've discovered a new dinosaur."
The rest of it, yeah.
Yeah, like they'll show you like the full dinosaur diagram of what they think the thing is going to be, and they just have this tiny like toe that they basically have found.
I agree.
I almost just wonder if this is just. I'm going to put some tinfoil hat on here. Let's get her here. There it is.
Hang on, I don't know why. There it is.
There's
the real
Sam Neill
Jurassic
Troll.
Guy, Sam Neill.
But yeah, I'm wondering if they do this just because they want money for research or something like that. Because I can't believe we're still finding dinosaurs.
I wonder if they actually.
Oh, in their defense, because we know, we know that the majority of dinosaurs that lived, we haven't found any fossils of them. Like, we've only actually categorized like a very small percentage of all of them in total. So I wouldn't be surprised if they keep finding stuff. But we also know that was it the T-Rex where they had like 6 different fossils and I believe belonged to 6 different dinosaurs, but it was just the same dinosaur.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm wondering. It's just like, sorry.
You're right.
Yeah. Are you guys hearing that?
No.
Oh, you weren't. Okay. I was just putting out a fire. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Well, okay. Speaking of
fires, let's check out the
fire.
super chats. Thanks, Tuts. All right. Dirt is King for 10 says, I am voting Lord of the Rings. While the orcs might want to eat Air Bud, Lord of the Rings will win. Phoenix will have to see Air Bud meat is back on the menu, boys. Oh my God, that's horrible.
Dare you?
Who wants to eat dog? Are you Chinese? Anyway, that's 10 for Lord of the Rings right there.
Thank you, by the way.
Freedom Fries for 20 says, Air Bud, happy birthday, Phoenix.
Thank you very much.
Bantam for 50 euros. Holy shit. Hang on. Well, you know what? Let's look. Craig's here, guys. Look at that. Anyway, Holy Emperor. Is that a Dark Elder? Somebody call the White Scars for the con. Is that 5th for Lord of the Rings? That's unfortunate, isn't it?
Attari might be up for that. I'm just saying.
Wait, no.
Was that for Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And then Hyena for 10 says, according to Pancreas No Work, Canada was settled by dark elves, which explains all the war crimes and love of unaliving.
It all makes sense now. Thank you.
All right, and we're caught up for now.
All right. Well, let's from that horrible thing about eating air butt. That is horrible.
Who wants to eat dog, especially a nice golden retriever? Like, you guys are weird.
Well,
The majority of the Earth's population view airbud as a source of food.
Oh my word!
At 2, Arch.
At 2. Well, speaking of
Uncivilized, though.
speaking of food, we have a fun little debate that we'd like to get to here involving
Context:
popcorn.
this has been in the run sheet for like a week, and I've wanted to talk about it for a whole week. Now here we are.
And then we finally get to do it. So the debate is, and chat, we want to hear your thoughts. Wet socks or popcorn stuck in your teeth? Let's play this thing.
Popcorn in the teeth. Wet socks is a joke. I can't do that.
Give me the popcorn, man.
Wet socks. I just wear flip-flops. You know what I mean?
Wet socks is awful. Oh, it's clinging to you. Makes me think of when my sister pushed me in the bath. Gonna go with popcorn in the teeth.
I eat a lot of popcorn. I actually don't think we should be allowed to eat it. I think it's so dangerous. It'd have to be socks.
I really hate feet. But then my job is to be on camera, so I can't have popcorn stuck in my teeth. The wet socks, which is horrible.
Oh no, the popcorn's too much. Wet socks.
Wet socks. Because then you're talking to someone, they're just looking, and then it's, you can't get it out. Wet socks.
All right. I don't know why we didn't get to this sooner. A
great debate. Listen, did you hear that person who says we should not be allowed to eat popcorn? It's dangerous.
That's true.
Oh, they
And
are.
plus, popcorn is not very tasty and should probably be banned.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, it's shit. Cardboard. It's awful.
What kind of popcorn do you have in like freaking Norway that you think it tastes like terrible?
It's terrible. We just have better snacks. When I go to the cinema, I eat these little fried pork belly things.
What do you mean fried pork belly things? You mean like little hot dogs?
No. They're like little, they're called literally like pork thing, flesh something. Like it's little.
Oh, that's very handy for me to
There's an
Google.
additional aspect to
Pork
this
flesh
because
thing.
in Scandinavia, we are so self-aware that we don't want to disturb other people. So eating during the cinema is very kind of rude because you don't want to make as little noise as possible. So I feel like the major strategy is to eat before even sitting in the cinema. So popcorn goes out the window. And besides, when it gets stuck, if it's stuck in between your teeth or anything, it's a hassle to take it out, and you look weird while taking it off. Meanwhile, wet socks is just a motion of taking off your shoes and taking them off.
Yeah,
but what if
that's
you're
not
stuck
weird.
with them? Yeah, that's not weird. I'm like, what if you're stuck with wet socks on?
You're on
That's
a
You gotta
date
make it
or
look. You
something.
gotta make it look like very elegant when you do it, and make sure you do it very seductively, I guess, so people around, depending on where you
Says
are.
a lot about Atari. Like he wouldn't just go
You
like,
are a foot person,
and
aren't
fetch
you?
I'm sorry, there's some food there. He'd much rather just bend over and start pulling off his socks in front of people,
Yeah.
locking
It's
eyes
an
with them
easy
this
motion.
entire time.
I can just take the socks off and just well then put them in the jacket, and it's like, well then.
I gotta be honest
Now
with
you
her.
have
This
wet
just reminds
socks
me.
in your jacket.
Yeah, I just think of like the bend and snap from Legally Blonde. Like that's how Atari's taking off his socks and everything. Like bend and snap. Like that's kind of what I'm guessing from you here. For
Yeah,
me, I would die having wet socks on. That sounds horrific. I want to go with the popcorn in my teeth because
That's the
I
thing.
always carry around dental floss, so I can just go. Done.
Like socks are just easy to take off. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to use tools to get them off.
Dental floss.
Yeah. You have to use certain type of tools. You have to be at home when you gotta do it.
Well,
Socks,
you don't
just
carry
remove.
around dental floss. What if you go on a date? You don't carry around a little pick just in case of emergencies.
Oh, I don't go on dates.
That problem solved then. Phoenix.
May I add a modifier to this? Because I feel I think this should be that you have to have it the entire day. You either have wet socks the entire day, or you've got.
Okay,
Which
now
does that
it's
change
changed.
anything for you guys? Because obviously, I mean, then the easiest one is just take the thing out of your mouth and you're fine. But this is the whole day you have it.
Oh, now it's hard actually.
Mhm.
I'm going with
Socks are
popcorn
just
too.
it's easy. Then I rather choose popcorn, even though both are painful. But walking around the full day with wet socks, that's just torture.
Arch.
That's awful.
changing it?
I'd take the popcorn. Like, I could just fix that.
You can't. Not for a full day. It's just stuck there.
Yeah, but the socks would be worse.
All right,
Yeah,
I am
socks
taking
are
those
uncomfortable.
socks.
Gives you
I'm
trim
taking the
slip.
socks.
You are? You would
Yeah.
rather have wet socks with
So
your
I don't know-
clothes all gross and
Yeah.
webbed and everything from being wet all day?
Yeah, so here's why. Because I don't know, every time I get popcorn stuck in my teeth, it really hurts. It just gets right in between the teeth and it starts hurting immensely. Whereas I'm hoping that it's summertime and that my feet have a nice little pool that they're in the entire day. I'm sure they're going to have gangrene and all that other stuff later. But for the meantime, they'll be nice and cool and refreshed. That's what I'll say. So I'm going to go with the wet socks, as horrible as that is.
No.
So
There's
Phoenix,
no, there's
so
no
Phoenix, when you
pool
get wet socks, you see a pond like, I can walk across the pond without
Exactly.
Yeah, but what if there's no
Bingo.
water? You stepped in a puddle, now you're stuck with it, and there's no place to go and wet your feet.
Well, he's already wet, so you might just go for the whole dip, you know. It may be.
But there's no water. There's no water anywhere.
Oh my
I-
goodness.
Well,
I'm already uncomfortable. Might as well get more uncomfortable.
Well, speaking of uncomfortable, in an wait, do we need to chat? Do we need to chat?
You were doing a great transition. Go for it.
Okay, let's rewind. Speaking of uncomfortable, have you all ever had the screaming shits? Your boy Phoenix certainly has, because I don't know if you're aware of this. In the U.S., there has been a bout of explosive diarrhea. Authorities are investigating if Taco Bell restaurants played a role in one of the largest U.S. outbreaks of an illness that caused explosive diarrhea. Now, originally this was isolated into, I believe, like one city or one state, and now we're starting to see it kind of inch its way outward. Correct, Blabs?
Yes, sorry, I was sipping. Yes,
Yeah, that's
indeed.
okay. That's okay. And apparently this just makes you just explode and explode and explode. And I don't know how. Blabs, are you aware of how long this goes for? Is this like a day
They
thing?
say that it can last a month.
A month?
Yeah, so there's a video.
Explosive diarrhea.
There's a video. You can watch it. That's
I'm
what
ready to go.
I
Want to do it? Okay.
Go for
Here
it.
we go.
To the explosive diarrhea parasite that's been taking over the country. So if you've been planning on a late night Taco Bell run, you might want to hold off with the lettuce, the tomatoes, or really any of those ingredients that helped you kind of justify it and think that it was kind of healthy. Because right now you've got health officials investigating a massive multi-state outbreak of a literal explosive diarrhea parasite that might be tied to your favorite chalupa. So far you've had over 4,000 people getting sick, at least 80 hospitalized since eating there. Because unlike a normal boozy 2 a.m. trip to the Bell, the diarrhea caused by cyclosporiasis, it can be weeks long, which is one of the quickest ways to dehydrate yourself, and in extreme cases, it leads to death. But also, here's a huge thing. While Taco Bell, they are currently a focal point, you've got many experts pretty sure that the contamination is somewhere up in the supply chain. So like a regional supplier of fresh produce, or even at the agricultural level, which is then kind of gross because the parasite is most commonly caused by water contaminated with human feces. And so it's the fact that there's a good chance that it's not just Taco Bell's produce being infected that's caused state and city officials to issue really strict recommendations about produce. Or you have the merging supermarkets and customers to not buy prepackaged produce. In Michigan and Texas, they're warning about all produce, including fresh stuff. You've got San Diego probably going the furthest, at least so far, setting off alarm bells after warning that fresh produce should be avoided for at least a week as investigators get to the bottom of whatever the hell is going on. And that's because a very key thing here is that this parasite can't just be removed by washing your produce like you normally would. Instead, you'd have to use heat to kill it, and like, who wants to boil their lettuce? So right now, you got everyone kind of waiting for the FDA to issue a public recall, although privately, they might be already putting that into motion. But hey, we'll see what happens next, so share to spread the word and follow to stay in the loop. This Taco Bell...
That's gross. But I also just want to point out that everybody, there's a huge possibility that it could be coming from like your vegetables or your fruits. So I know a lot of people don't wash their fruits and their vegetables before consuming them. So please wash them.
Always.
Well, I won't help you here either.
Apparently that doesn't help though.
No, it doesn't. But what does help is if you do with heat. So if you're cooking your vegetables,
I can boil that lettuce.
Yeah.
Boil it all.
I have a superior solution. Just reject fucking vegetables entirely.
I mean, yeah, but
fucking reject it. It's the false promise of health, only to make you violently shit yourself for weeks.
Just decide to make a broth until the problem is solved.
Well, it feels good to be on keto right now. Wow, I'm very safe. I hope. Well, I just fucked myself, didn't I, Blabs? I probably just
You
fucked myself.
really
Yeah,
did.
sorry about that. Those are my final words.
Fecal matter out of your bumhole for a month. Like the shit itself is not even your problem at that point. You're gonna tear your ass bloody wiping. It's just not a good thing.
I do not need that.
I'm just gonna have a new asshole.
A brand new hole.
A brand new hole.
Oh god.
A new fantastic point of view. Anyway.
Blab, do you want to maybe get to some super chats?
Hang on. New hole.
Do they have brand new holes?
Yeah, so anyway. Valumior for $6.61. I'm not starting my trip to Norway with a generational masterpiece losing to a meme. Lord of the Rings. That's $6.61 for Lord of the Rings right there. Callum for 20 says Lord of the Rings sweep. Thank you very much,
Killjoy.
Callum. See, I got your name right, Callum, unlike Craig. Nathan for 5 says in Japan there's a species of a Spinosaurus that they only have a tooth of, but they know the species due to similarities to more complete fossils. Interesting. Lord of the Rings for 5.
Thank you.
Hannaford for 5 says wet socks can lead to blisters and trench foot, which can be followed by gangrene and amputation. He's right.
I mentioned that. I mentioned that. Yeah.
And you still want amputation. Poke out there for 1 says, Arch, it's your fault. You said if you watch them, they'll lose. Then you watch some of the game and Norway lost. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's all your fault. 1 for Lord of the Rings right there. And I'm just going to throw this one in. B. Barrett for 1 says, it's not a foodborne illness. It's hereditary. It runs in your genes.
Hey-o.
I see what you did there.
We all did.
Yeah, all right. And then Jarl for 10 says, this cannot happen. I call upon chat to vote for Lord of the Rings. What say you? 10 for Lord of the Rings. Thank you very much. And we are caught up for now. By the way, again, reminder, guys, we cannot read direct donos. We don't have access because Craig is away.
Well, I got to tell you guys, I think, again, I'll just let you know, we're not sponsored by them, but go ahead and run over to Airbud TV after this, and you tell me if you want to take back your Lord of the Rings votes, because I think you're going to fall in love with that little rapscallion.
No, don't give him an out here, okay. They pick the right option, and I will be damned to see you take that away.
Well, anyway, a woman was stuck in a bathtub for 9 days. She looks very happy about this. Woman that survives 9 days stuck in a bathtub. Blabs, I'm going to read some of that, right?
You can just give the TLDR if you'd like, because it's a lot better that way. So this lady, she was stuck in the bathtub for 9 days. She wasn't able to get out. And so the only thing she could do to survive was splash water at her face with her feet and drink the water that way for 9 whole days.
Oh god! Wait, so there was water in it? I thought she was drained the thing, like. So there was no water,
she was basically drinking, like, I guess, her own water that she was maybe peeing in or something.
Shower curtain and rod down top of her.
That is horrifying, because you cannot survive. Like, your skin gets absolutely shredded after like a certain amount of hours in water.
Yeah, so she is an elderly lady, by the way. She's like in her 80s, chat, just so we're clear. It's not like she was like some, I don't know, 30-year-old that got stuck in there. Not a behemoth.
Though, having seen the current generations of 30-year-olds, I wouldn't be surprised if they did fail to extract themselves from the bathroom.
It only happened one time when I told you to keep it a secret, Arch, okay?
I see a lot of people after drinking heavily, they all just stumble into the bathtub and don't get out.
Well, some of those bathtubs are really high up. I remember in college, in one of my apartment bathtubs, were really high up. So, like, you could not go in there if you had, like, if you were drunk or whatever, because that thing was high and you could just fall to your death. So, It's that now.
Has anyone on this panel been stuck in an area for an ungodly amount of time? Like, do you have any fun stories on that?
It's just you, Toots.
No, not that I can say.
No. Oh, well, when I was a kid, I'm just going to share the story even though no one wants to hear it. When I was a kid, we all went on a class trip to a tiny little amusement park. And your boy Phoenix was, I don't know, maybe 4 years old, something like that. And I went on one of those little Ferris wheel. Yeah, the Ferris wheel. And I went on there and I was enjoying myself. And then I started watching all of my classmates go and run with the teacher off to go to a restaurant and eat. And your boy Phoenix was stuck in that damn Ferris wheel for 6 hours. I have been forever scarred by that. I'm a big thrill seeker. Like, I love roller coasters, I love all that stuff, but I will not get on a Ferris wheel because it still haunts me to this day. Chat, let me know if you have any horrifying places where you've been trapped, like this poor woman here. Blabs, you never had anything like that? What is this bathroom thing I hear of?
Oh no, I was just saying, like, when you're drunk, you can't, you could fall into the bathtub, so you had to like really, really focus because it was so high up. So you'd be like, because you were, drunk, and you wanted to make sure you didn't die. Yeah, but I used to drink wine in the shower. It was great.
Can you please elaborate on that?
Well, I'd have a nice glass of wine in the shower. I had a windowsill and everything, so I just put the glass on the windowsill and showered. It was great.
But wouldn't all the water get into your wine?
No, it wouldn't hit
disgusting?
it. Nope, it didn't hit it. So you would just drink, put it away, where the water didn't.
What do you drink while showering? Like,
no, I was bored.
Yes, bored. Well.
Did you have meetings? Were there meetings that you had to go to for several months afterwards? Were there some AA meetings? Okay.
No.
You gotta feel like a queen or a king.
It was like
sitting there like royalty, sitting
maybe
shaking
4 or 5 times.
Yes, it's royalty. Yes, just showering. It's basically we were trying to simulate a jacuzzi, except just in a shower. That's basically what we were doing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, the water never hit it, so it was fine.
Perfect.
It was a great, nice warm, because the warm shower. You had a glass of wine. It was just perfect after a long day of class.
Well, we're going to move on from that thing that should have never been shared.
You asked?
No, I'm kidding. It's adorable. So let's talk a little bit about AI. Some people are pro it. Some people are scared of it. What are you going to do? It's coming, right? And one place that it's starting to seep into is the dating realm. Let me hold this up. Yeah, it's coming to the dating realm. Hinge's founder has created an AI dating app that's straight out of Black Mirror. There are no profiles or matches to swipe through. The AI decides who it thinks you will be compatible with. So I'm imagining that you have to like talk to the AI for a bit. It gets to know you or something like that. And based on this, I imagine 5 to 10 minute conversation, it will pick your life partner. Is that about fair, Blabs, would you say?
Yeah. And because again, there's no profile. It's kind of like there's no HR involved or anything. It's just straight up, are you fit for this person or fit for the job, right? That's how I see it.
All right, I'll read a little bit about this. After spending nearly 15 years teaching millions of people how to swipe right, McLeod walked away from the company he built to say the model doesn't work. So now the person who defined modern dating is building a dating service that sounds pulled straight from the episode of Black Mirror and putting real money behind the bet. Let's see here. Hinge's founder raises $18 million to build Black Mirror-like dating app. Okay, I'm going to... Should I keep reading this, Blab, or do you want me to get to the other part?
You can get to the other part, yeah.
Okay.
That's basically the giant mission statement. But if you're going to read it, I would suggest you zoom in a lot, because it's like, yay, big on our screen.
Okay. How's that?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. The making of a matchmaker, what we're building, and why. Let me just see how. Oh, good Lord!
You really don't have to read it all. By the way,
I'll read the first 2 paragraphs.
Go for it.
All right. We're going to do our own Lord of the Rings reading right now. At the end of last year, I shared that I was leaving Hinge to start a new company named Overtone. Today, we're announcing that we've raised $18 million with support from First Mess Capital, Pace Capital, and Match Group, and that Esther Perel has joined our board alongside Spencer Raskoff and Diana Chapman. The details in our press release. I want to share here a bit more about what we're building and why. The problem of love. A lot of people close to me have been surprised that I would dive right back into starting a new company, especially another dating company. Aren't you tired? Aren't you bored? The truth is, the deeper I go into the problem of love, the more interesting and inspiring it becomes. Given a rising loneliness epidemic, it's hard for me to imagine working on.
You read really freaking fast. Jesus Christ.
Yes, I am the opposite of stuttering Craig. Okay, but so I get the gist of it here. The guy basically, he knows the services inside and out. It's not working, and I'm curious to see why it isn't working. I don't know if anyone ever here has used a dating site, because I'm curious, like, you have the power and authority to look at who you want to look at, read their bios, things like that. Can anyone figure out why that wouldn't work? Why we would want AI to pick for us? Why you would get someone else to tell you who you should be with? I'm just curious.
I think they're doing it as a blind dating situation, which is basically that. Like, and they've done experiments with that before, right? Like where you're behind like curtains and they set someone up together, and you can't see each other, but you're just talking, and you get to know each other. You're like, oh, this person seems fit for me, or whatever, and then you reveal what they look like, and like either it's good or it's bad, you know.
I would imagine it's probably that, because the main thing about the dating market is that women have the majority of the power, as they tend to be the most sought after on the dating platforms. And it becomes a case of the topmost percentage monopolizes it largely.
Attari?
Yeah. I feel like the pros of having an AI is basically having a mediator who doesn't have like any stake in the game, essentially, between you and the other party, except just trying to find a fit. That's like a positive thing you have it, but it's kind of like Art says, like you all basically have the top people that basically everyone wants. However, they are literally just already taken, and you trying to fight for their attention, and they don't want and they want anyone that's not you. And then you have the other people who basically either catfishing or anything else. And it basically becomes because the good thing here is basically doing it non-visual based, so it's just personality based, which is the thing that's going to make or break it in the long run. So it might be something there, but now that relies on people not lying in these things at all, or just screwing up the AI at all. So it could be a make or break.
I've definitely had a few friends of mine that had some success in blind dates. Actually, some of them even got married from that. So there may be something in that. But I've definitely seen more people have success in dating apps that they actually got to engage and pick their own people. So
yeah,
I'm really kind of curious to see how this goes.
So I have a friend who met his now wife on Tinder. They've been married for a couple of years now. But I also know someone who met their ex-fiance on Tinder, and then right before getting married he had a whole mental breakdown and dumped her ass and everything. Like, this just happened a couple of weeks ago after dating for X amount of years. So there's pros and cons to this Tinder thing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Anything else anyone wants to say on that topic before we move on to some Hollywood conversation?
Well, before you go into that, if you check the run sheet, I found something else actually that's related to AI. So I'm actually going to pull this one up.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Don't worry about it. South Korea. All right, guys, this is South Korea. Let me share this one instead. Boop. A man has been charged after allegedly using AI smart glasses to cheat in an exam in South Korea. He built his own app and wanted to see whether it could generate correct answers in a real exam. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure we've seen that. I think it's in New York State that they are going to be banning like the Meta AI glasses from courtrooms. I think that's what it's going on. So now I think we're going to see this giant influx of the AI glasses being banned left and right, or lots of regulation around them.
Yeah, because isn't these glasses just like a camera? They just recorded the thing and just send it to like a different server somewhere else, and then it sends the replies afterwards in to the glasses. Or how does it work?
Well, let's see. Let's find out. Boop. Okay, so according to the Korean Jungang Daily, the landmark case has sparked a wider crackdown on wearable AI tech after several incidents emerged during qualification English language tests earlier this year. Why is it always the English language test that all these fuckers are cheating on? God damn. Anyway, dude, it's just a thing, man. I've seen it for years now. During questioning, the man reportedly admitted he had built an AI application specifically for the glasses. So there's if he's building something and breaking the AI glasses, isn't that a whole other case on its own? Because he's taking away like the purpose of those glasses and putting something else to it. Does that make sense? I'm trying to explain what I'm thinking here, but words not.
Try one more time.
So like he got these AI glasses, but then he basically jailbreaks into them, right?
Yeah.
Puts a program inside of that. So isn't that already an issue on its own with the AI glasses that he bought? Isn't there some sort of like liability or whatever it is that he jailbroke into those glasses?
I think it depends. Like, there's no issue with them internally unless the company has something else. But I think it's just you can't use the service provider if you jailbreak them. Because, for instance, if you do jailbreak a Nintendo Switch and Nintendo gets a hold of it, they're just gonna like ID block your entire Switch forever, essentially.
Yeah.
So that would just be bad. Anything else, because you bought it, you own it. Otherwise, that's a whole other legal issue depending on where they're from. But I don't think he gets in trouble extra for that.
Well, there is more to this. It says 2 men were also caught after allegedly trying to use AI smart glasses during separate national qualification exams in Seoul and Mokpo in May, whilst 3 candidates were also caught using the devices during English tests across May and June.
Oh, God.
So many of them. The string of incidents has led to officials discussing whether the AI smart glasses should be added to the list of prohibited items alongside tougher penalties and new security measures designed to detect discrete cheating tools. Seriously, how are you going to be able to take an exam nowadays when like there's so many ways to cheat? That's
I'm
nuts.
like, you have to look in because it's not easily available. Like, you have to actually do research. All the research you spend here could be used on an English exam. I feel like it's like a whole working around, but think smarter, not harder, I guess.
That's crazy.
I'm also just kind of like, smart glasses wasn't banned and the exam to begin with? Like, what?
It should be, right?
It's kind of like bringing your phone
I feel like
with
that
you,
one's
like,
pretty obvious.
Like, you can, in that case, you like one thing you should do is just remove. You're not allowed to bring glasses with you to the thing. Like, you're like not allowed to bring specific glasses that has the thing. Essentially, you just have a metal detector before you go into the classroom. Essentially,
yeah, if there's a camera in your glasses, you don't get to bring them as in class.
No. Like, don't like you just go have a metal detector. It's hard, but that's where if you're really trying to do it, like it's you're going overboard a bit. Then, but yeah,
that's a great idea. Okay, right. So this is how you cheat, right? You're gonna need to learn like Morse code to do this. But you have the camera, so you can send the pictures to a friend. Instead of an AI, he Googles the answers, and then he buzzes the Morse code to you with a anal plug.
Oh no, it's a chest thing all over
silver
again.
bullet.
Yes, because they're not going to ban that, are they? That's not going to be listed anyway. It's like, you may not bring anal vibrators to test. Perfect wonderful.
Metal detector.
It's like that chess stuff where they were bringing the anal vibrators or whatever to win chess games. Yeah, that's wild.
God, that feels like a massive concession to win a chess game.
People go very far lengths to like.
All of a sudden, Arch is going to start winning chess games, isn't he?
I won the chess game, but what did you call it? What did it cost?
We're just gonna have a young with a rubber glove just ready, just in case.
Yeah. Well, there's even more to this whole cheating bit with the AI because a company called KPMG, which, from my understanding, is like an audit tax thing, has uncovered 28 instances of staff using AI to cheat on internal exams since July, including a registered company auditor who uploaded training materials to an AI tool to answer test questions. So it's the internal cheating at this point with all these AI glasses.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I have a question. Yeah. I'm sorry, Arch.
No, like I understand why they're doing this too, because this is Korea. Korea is like a very, very like you go to the correct school and all the doors open for you.
Yep.
So it's all test taking and nonsense like that.
It's something that your entire life depends how good you do in these things as well. Like
yes, your entire future depends on this.
Yeah, I watched this video where there was like there was these 2 girls. One was from Russia and she's traveling the world, and the other girl was in South Korea. And the Russian girl was basically interviewing her. This was probably like a year ago. And they're like, "So are you happy living in Korea?" Like XYZ. And this girl honestly was basically miserable. The Korean one. She's like, "Everything's expensive. You are constantly working. You have to do X, Y, and Z to be able to get into something." Like, it doesn't sound very fun over there. Sounds very depressing.
It's not a very fun-based society.
No. So.
Labs, do we have room for 5-minute derailment for one?
Yeah.
Go for it. I actually, it's on topic. I actually am curious on this exact topic of AI. Neuralink, Musk's Neuralink, which has been helping people, with disabilities and stuff like that. It's a little chip that I believe goes into the brain or on top of the brain, something like that. And it's been able to help them regain certain motor function, etc. And the idea is that everyone is believing, and I do as well, that at some point this is going to be something that many people put in their head for things outside of disabilities, just for work and things like that, being more efficient, etc. I'm curious if anyone here on this panel would ever do that. So, for instance, for entertainment, when you're playing a video game, like you would be in the game, like you are. It's not virtual reality. You feel like you're in this thing, and then if it came to work and stuff like that, you'd be able to access stuff immediately. I'm curious if anyone here would, and I'm going to add to it that if you're going to say no, I will add that keep in mind that what's going to happen is that more people will have this, and then jobs are going to require you to have that in order for you to work for those companies. So you might be losing out on part of the job market the more and more that grows. And so would you, if you were to say no, would you be willing to be excluded from working society and things like that if that's the way everything goes? I'm kind of curious to see what anyone here would do in that situation. Are you going to put it in, or are you leaving it out?
You're going to have to put it in eventually. There's no choice. It's going to be just like a smartphone. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be as basic as internet connectivity eventually.
If it becomes like people using it and it's working, it's kind of becomes like, why wouldn't I do it in that case?
Labs?
Yeah, here's the thing. I would probably say no, that I wouldn't want to do it, and I would try to avoid it as much as possible. But who's to say when it's actually here in the present and you're kind of stuck with the situation? Like, I don't know. Like Art just saying, you kind of like be forced upon you, like a smartphone is. It's everywhere. So I would hope that I would still say no and be like, fuck the system, but I don't know.
Well, if you look at phones, right, think about how many privacy things that destroys, like all that stuff, tracking, you name it. The fact that there's a chip now in your brain that who the hell knows if they can stop motor function. That So with that all said, you still guys would probably put this in your head.
I wouldn't want to, no.
Yeah, I would scrutinize it quite a lot, but I would definitely be hesitant, but that's about it. I would eventually just filter. If it works, it's kind of like becomes it's another boon I can add. Okay. And if it messes up, I don't know what to say. Depends on how severe cases has happened before. Hopefully, I'm not the one who rolls the 1 million first dice.
All right, yeah, chat. Let me know I would love to hear chat if you'd ever do that. That topic fascinates me.
What about you?
Abso-fuckly not. No way in hell is anything touching. No, zero chance. I don't care if you have a minute to live. Too bad.
Would you just? What if they strap you down and then just the drill, like James Bond, slowly?
Yeah. So if I'm forced to, I guess I don't have much choice. Yeah.
You gotta accept.
I think you're going to grow up with it. Like, I think eventually there's going to be understood that you're better off with this, and they're just going to install Wi-Fi in a baby's brain whenever he's born.
Yeah,
that would be horrifically horrifying. Like, if it's something you can take out whenever, that would be better. Like in a cyberpunk thing. That but it's stuck with you forever, I would be a lot more less accepting of it. But it depends how we led up to those points. If it's just from now to that, I would be in the hell no. I'm not putting anything in my mind that just came out.
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting because you'd actually probably even be able to talk telepathically in a sense, right? Like you're essentially going over a signal.
You'd be like those babies who just do goo goo gaga to each other.
Yeah, and then so that the reason why I brought it up is because then I don't know how tests work. Is anyone even needing tests if the AI is just always feeding you the information? You essentially just know it as opposed to having to learn it.
You just don't ever think anymore. You don't have to think. You just know.
No, thank you.
It's also like a thing. If you can do that, would you think they're going to be a profanity filter eventually?
Maybe you become like cyborgs.
Oh, that's going to be horrible.
There'll be a pronoun filter, of course.
Oh God! No.
We don't
guaranteed.
Cyborgs, half human, half robotic.
Not Phoenix. You guess all you guys. But
I don't want to be a cyborg. Have you seen Doctor Who? I have. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't even want to be a Dalek. Anyway, let's hit up some super
sure.
fast. Super Lane for 5 says pull up photos of Trenchfoot. No, which can develop in as little as 10 hours. Mostly because Phoenix will throw up if I do. Popcorn in teeth. Everyone should own at least one Nigersaurus. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everyone should have one. They're great for cleaning.
Absolutely.
Airbud for 5. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Super Lane.
Dirty's King for 10 says, I am actually for this AI dating service as people are terrible at partner selection. This is effectively a matchmaker. I don't care about meet the cutes. I want a partner. Vote for Lord of the Rings. See, that's kind of fair. It's the way I see it is kind of like it's like a job interview without all the bullshit. Like, do you have the credentials that I'm looking for? Yes, okay, you're hired kind of deal. That's how I see that.
It's the thing, looks can fade and then you can be regained, okay? So, like, it's something that can change.
Personality.
But what
Exactly,
about
that's
the
the
beauty of mistakes and errors? Like, there's so many great things that happen from,
I'm not saying I'm for this. I'm just saying I understand it. I equate it to the removal of HR is what I'm saying. I'm not. To be clear, I have never been on a dating app. I have never intended on being on one. Like, I am old school. No, thank you.
Oh, God, agreed.
Aren't you on OnlyFans? Weren't you on OnlyFans?
No, I was never on OnlyFans.
Okay, Young Stove for 2 says, a whole new hole. Don't you dare close your eyes. Lord of the Rings for 2. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nerdy Texan Accountant for $10 says, I'm glad that I started growing my own vegetables and home can them in mason jars. Also for Lord of the Rings. Yeah, everyone should learn how to do the whole garden thing. 10 for Lord of the Rings right there. Jarl for 5 says, dang, we got Stuttering Craig and Speed Reed Phoenix over here. 5 for Lord of the Rings. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Commodore Fan for 3 says, I used to work for Lycos chats. Women looking for men online are either crazy, desperate, have issues, looking for a gullible sugar daddy to shack up with, or they're very high maintenance, wanting the upper 5%.
Accurate.
What is that like, working for Lycos chats? That'd be fascinating to find out. Insulin for 5 says, read Terminal Man by Michael Crichton.
Michael
Scary
Crichton.
stuff. Years
Do you know,
ahead.
by the way, can I stop you, Blabs? Do you know who Michael Crichton is?
Should I? He's one of your favorites, isn't he?
No, you absolutely need to know Michael Crichton. Do you know what book he wrote that made a movie out of that? Jurassic Park.
Ah!
Anyway, and also
the television
ER.
Yeah, I was saying ER. Look at that.
All right,
So
sorry,
anyway.
continue. I'm sorry, stepped on you there.
Planned on it. Years ahead of its time, and its usual cyberpunk warning. 5 more for the Bud. That's 5 for Air Bud right there.
Thank you.
And I do have some more super chats I'm going to throw in. Crumbs for $10. I didn't put the 10 in there, but it's for 10.
Okay.
It says, getting the brain chip would make you no longer a human, just a meat puppet at the service of the overlords, Lord of the Rings. That is 10 for Lord of the Rings right there. And then there's another one from Jarl right here. I'm going to throw in real fast. Boop! Jarl for 5 says, so many jobs where I live require you to be bilingual. I can only imagine when they require to have the latest Neuralink update. Lord of the Rings for 5. Oh, yeah, that's going to be wild. It's like, oh, yeah, I speak all those languages, no problem.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Because like for those who say they would never get it, I think the thing you have to consider is that companies are going to only start hiring those that they don't need to train and stuff. You automatically just know it. You download your little company policies and tutorial thing, and you know it. You know what every language you need to know. You know all that stuff. So then you're going to be out of a job.
It's kind of like I am, or like a bit afraid of when we come over reliant or something like that, and then that whole service thing just crashes, and then you have a lot of people who just like inept when it comes to any type of working field. That's like the worst.
Easily be misused.
Oh, easily. I mean, think about just even dating. If let's say you're a lonely person, or maybe you're a little shy, well, you would just close your eyes, and you're on a date, and you're feeling and seeing all those things in reality because it's in your brain, and people may not leave their house. So it's not that terrifying.
That's already happened. We are heading towards a full antisocial society. That's practically unavoidable at this point.
You will live in the pod. You will eat the bones.
I played VR chat quite a lot, and there's all people who already do that to a scary degree, and they just leave their house to become like neats inside their own houses and just drink and just fall to other things like depravity to a higher degree, and that's what you need to check out.
Well, before you get into the Hollywood stuff, I do have to click these buttons and see if I can do this. Oh, look, guys, Craig's here.
You heard us talk about Rumble Wallet extensively, and you know what? You're going to now because they have sponsored this episode of Side Scrollers. Here's the thing. On your screen right now, there is a QR code. I encourage you to get out your phone, scan that, and download the Rumble Wallet app. Now, you don't know a whole lot about Rumble Wallet. That's great. Let me just tell you this. This is what you need to know. It is step one of it being an alternative to like payment processors. Right now, you can do some amazing things. You want to support creators? Guess what? That's the first step of all this. Right now, if you want to support Side Scrollers or any other creator using Rumble Wallet, you give $1, we get $1. You give $1 over on YouTube, we get 70 cents. You sub over on Twitch, we get half of that. Not with Rumble Wallet, 100% comes to us. It's the best way to support independent creators like us over here on Rumble, which is great, and all independent creators. Once again, this is step one. Later on down the line, this is meant to be a payment processor solution where you're going on buying something. You can just scan your Rumble Wallet app. It's awesome. Listen, big things planned. Become an early adopter of it. Scan the QR code on your screen like we talked about, or go to wallet.rumble.com and check it out for yourself. You may like it, you may not, but you at least should give it a try. We are big fans of alternative tech, alternative options to different apps. This is a great place to start. We appreciate them. They support us. Consider supporting them. Thanks to Rumble Wallet for your continued support of Side Scrollers.
Thank you, Rumble. You did the buttons perfect. You did
I did press all the buttons.
You did a fantastic job. Speaking of that, we're going to kind of keep going on this AI freight train here and move it on to Hollywood, because I can't believe it. They're actually why is that not?
Don't worry. Hang on.
Oh.
I fixed it.
Oh, okay. What was that? Because you had your shared screen or something? Is that why? Okay. I just so I know. Okay.
See you later.
So moving on, I can't believe it that of all the things that AI is going to be incorporated in a film that no one ever asked for, Alvin and the Chipmunks, a film that I believe I worked on the Squeakquel, if I remember right.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, I think I worked on that one.
It was not that good.
No, it was not. First look at Alvin and the Chipmunks comeback announcement. New co-owners, Big Shot Pictures, are using cutting-edge technology across their animated projects. The Chipmunks will appear online, almost like influencers, before their next film. The studio is actively hiring people with experience in generative AI workflows. If I'm understanding this correctly, Blabs, so it's not necessarily that they're using AI in the film itself, but in the promotional.
Yes, that's
so
what
they're going to have these chipmunks be able to, on their own, be able to interact with the community. Is that kind of it?
That's how I'm seeing it. It's gonna be like a PR stunt where the chipmunks are gonna be like almost like lifelike, but they're gonna be in a little chipmunk form where they're able to talk to people on social media, YouTube, whatever it is. Maybe even like integrated with certain AI systems. It's I guess innovative at the same time creepy, because I'm pretty sure they're like the first ones to do it. I guess I haven't heard of this before, so creepy.
They're not the first ones.
They're not.
If we are very lucky, this will be the return of Tay.
Well, can you tell us about Tay?
Yeah, who's Tay Tay?
Microsoft chatbot AI that the Microsoft taught that the blacks were the problem and that Hitler did nothing wrong in about 5 minutes.
That is going to be off the hook. This chipmunks thing is going to be wild.
I can't wait now.
If I start seeing Alvin and the Chipmunks tweeting about how Hitler did nothing wrong, we will finally return to the Tay timeline.
Well, I certainly want to see this film now. Yeah, I mean, I think
sign him up.
Yeah, I think it's it's an innovative. Well, I guess not so innovative. I guess they've done this in the past, but I think it's a cute way of marketing the film, having the little chipmunks all over the place. I'm kind of curious to see if we'll see them on like talk shows where they'll superimpose a little chipmunks. Like,
oh my god! Imagine
on a
having
Colbert
them
set or whatever.
Yeah, on a late night show with one of the Jimmys or something.
They've
or
done
like
that in the past.
Kelly. Oh,
they did that, I think, with Beavis and Butthead, I believe, in the past, where they had the cartoons there. I believe. All right, well, that's going to be kind of interesting.
Cartoons. That's going to be like you just react to a thing.
Right.
It's not live in person AI responding to you. That's crazy.
That's going to be weird. Well, moving on to, have you guys seen the Avengers Doomsday preliminary artwork poster that they put out here? I'll zoom into this 1 second.
Yeah. You can just press the button, actually.
I can press what button?
Picture. Click on the picture.
Oh. Well, you're so smart. Huh? That's why they pay you the big bucks, producer. All right. Yeah, so I thought this was AI and or like fan art, but apparently this is the official image from, I guess, Disney and Marvel. Avengers Doomsday, the final full film I had the honor of leading as director of visual development at Marvel Studios. This is from Andy Park. This illustration commemorates that journey and reveals the characters and their looks for the first time. Hashtag Avengers Doomsday. I can't be the only one that thinks this looks like a fat bag of dicks.
I think it's very lackluster. Can you make it bigger again?
Yep.
That tells me nothing about the movie except Doomsday is the villain.
It's basically just supposed to be like a giant like collage of all the superheroes together, but it's not
like
even.
It feels a bit overbloated with characters because you cannot set all of them up, and it requires a lot of people to have background knowledge on all of them.
Well, they did it just fine with Endgame because they had all the characters in that one giant poster, and that was fine. This though is basically like collages where like they have all of like the freaking like quote unquote fake Black Widow girl, right? And then you have all of the X-Men together, and then all the Fantastic Four in one section, and they're not actually all together like where it should be. It's just like a giant collage of certain groups put together and said ta-da, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah, they kind of needed to just because there's been a massive superhero fatigue, and I think everyone had it like almost 5 years ago, like even 10 years ago, it was started being a massive fatigue. And I feel like I don't understand why they are going this route instead of just trying to do small projects or kind of like, but I don't know.
I don't mean to be so oddly specific, but I'm going to, and maybe someone out there will know exactly what I'm talking about. Does this not look like if you went to Florida in some gift shop that this would be on a T-shirt? Like just some
100%.
Like it looks so cheap and chintzy to me. Mm-hmm. This does not come across as epic or anything like that. It comes across as lazy fan art, in my opinion.
It doesn't look right. That's what I keep saying. It doesn't look like it's an actual poster where they all the characters are together. It's just like this is a group, that's a group, here's another group, and there's a group there. And then guys, if you look really closely, you'll see Loki underneath Doomsday guy, JD. Freaking RDJ right there.
Oh,
and
okay. Maybe I can zoom in. I could try.
Yeah, like Loki's zoomed in. You can just hit Control Plus or open a new tab or something, and you can zoom in that way.
But if you can see my mouse.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, Loki's right there. It's just it looks pish posh. But and somebody in the chat was saying on Rumble, it's not superhero fatigue, it's like slop fatigue. If it's a good movie, people are gonna go and watch it.
Yeah, I feel like I would still hold on with superhero fatigue overall because I don't think none of these superhero movies are really doing so hot right now. But yeah, it becomes we have had it for such a long time. Now it's just slop, and now we're just getting a slop that has a lot of characters in it.
I mean, look at Arch. He just looks like he's like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Like, do you give a flying fuck at all about the Avengers movie?
There's just too many characters. That's the problem. Like, I know none of them will have a satisfying arc. I know none of them will have satisfying setups. Mm-hmm. They'll be on screen for a handful of minutes, then they'll be shuffled off to another. Like, hey, look at that character. And it's just not going to be very interesting.
The only thing I found interesting was that James Marsden apparently is coming back. I did not know that.
A lot of the old X-Men crew are coming back, like Rebecca.
Romaine Stamos.
Yeah, she's back too.
Which means they're just going to be brought back to kill them off so they can introduce new X-Men later.
You think that's what's going to happen?
Yeah, I think they're going to kill them off, and then they're going to use that as a try to attempt to launch a new X-Men thing. Because the X-Men animated show is doing fairly well, and I'm sure they'll not understand why.
You know what's funny? Sorry to keep going about this, but I forgot to include this. I was seeing this thing on like Dexterity, I think it was, or Culture Crave, or one of them was saying how like there are certain Avengers Doomsday leaks being leaked on the internet, and to avoid copyright, I'm going to circle this all back into the theme of today. They're AIing the characters to avoid copyright. So like if it's like a leak of like Chris Hemsworth or whatever, they're going to AI Chris Hemsworth so it doesn't look like him, so the copyright is not detected, and they can still post the leaks or whatever as an AI version of it.
Well, welcome to the new world of AI. That's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, if that's even true, because I still feel like the likeliness might cause issues.
I feel like you could just look at cosplay images of people and just put like
images
all the
together.
characters. Yeah, just take it
From
together, and
montage.
it would actually look better by just staple it together and not make an attempt to make
Like
it
a
look
detective scene where like all the
Yeah.
all right, all these scenes happen. So yeah. All right, sorry, Phoenix, keep going.
Well, I've got a $10,000 bet that Hugh Jackman appears at the end as Wolverine. That's a
Oh
guarantee.
yeah, Ryan Reynolds probably too as Deadpool.
But yeah, so but I do have a question, and it does relate to this right here. Avengers Doomsday will have a runtime apparently of 2 hours and 45 minutes. It'll be the second longest Avengers film and the second longest Marvel movie ever. I don't have the information on this. Blabs, maybe you do or the panel does. This feels like, correct me if I'm wrong, if this is like an end game event, that this is something that has culminated into this movie, or is this just the jumping off point? Because has there been movies leading up to this moment?
Sort of, but mostly this is going to be a jumping off point. They're going to use this to try to establish a new cinematic universe around them, probably.
Okay.
Well, they had all those they had like certain threads that were never even finished in Endgame. Didn't they like hint at like some other like villain? Right, like
but that was the black guy who got caught for rape or something.
Yeah, Kang. There was Kang, but there was also another villain. I thought they had hinted at, like he was like some underwater villain or whatever it was. I think it was.
Underwater villain.
Yeah, I could have sworn that there were. Do you remember? Or you don't remember?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, Atari. I didn't hear what he said.
No, I don't remember any of his things.
So maybe I was crazy in the theater, but I could have sworn they hinted at some other villain besides Kang, and then that never happened. So I don't know. But they also always hint at stuff that never happens. Like there was like that scene where like Bucky's fighting Black Widow, and she's like, "You're gonna fight me? Do you even like remember me or some shit like that?" And like, where nothing ever happened of that. Like what? We don't know whatever happened in Budapest or whatever it was. So like. Yeah. Anyway.
So I guess this may be like some kind of reset, new timeline or something. I guess, right?
I don't know. I don't really see people have any interest in it in the first place.
Do you guys think, before we move on to the next thing, do you guys think that this is going to do well? How do you guys think this is going to? Yeah.
It'll do okay, but just like the Star Wars series, it'll basically do less and less okay, slowly but surely, like Thunderbolts did, like Fantastic Four did. Like it's on a general downward declining path now.
Well, I think the new Spider-Man film, from my understanding, has broken don't quote me. I believe it
trailer records, something like that. Yeah.
I think even in ticket sales, I believe I had heard. I don't know. So, and I imagine that's going to lead into this movie potentially. Or is this probably going to be some teaser?
No, this will be completely separate.
Always.
Because Spider-Man isn't really built into this universe because of
I thought he was going to be in this movie though.
We'll see.
There's teases saying he's in this Avengers movie.
You can't really compare Spider-Man with the rest of the like Marvel characters because Spider-Man will always succeed no matter what because Spider-Man is the quintessential Marvel like hero essentially.
And chat was saying that I was probably referring to the villain for Black Panther 2, which is possible. I've never seen Black Panther 2, so I don't know.
Girl.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of superheroes, there's a first teaser for the Batman Part 2 in theaters on February 18th, 2020. My God, it's so
it's been delayed.
2028.
Yeah, they delayed it today.
Wow. Am I allowed to play this? Should I mute it?
Play it on mute. Just full screen and put it on mute, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone have any interest in Batman?
Yes.
I didn't like the new Batman. I don't think it's a good Batman. I don't think he is a good Batman. I didn't see the charm in it either. I don't know why it's so fucking popular.
Hard disagree. I actually thought he's one of the best
Batman
ones.
Beyond.
Go Phoenix. What were you saying?
I think a lot of people wound up being surprised by his performance, and so I think a lot of people wound up liking this new one, and then later on kind of went with what Arch was saying, that eventually they all said, nah, you know what, I didn't feel it.
Oh, I've always hated him. He doesn't look like Batman. He doesn't
You're not a
feel like
Robert
Batman.
Pattinson stan, are you?
No. Honestly, I'm a
He's too
Batfleck
sparkly
kind of
for you.
guy, because Batfleck looks the part. He's huge. He's imposing in a way. I like Batfleck.
And oddly enough, and a lot of people, by the way, really love Ben Affleck in that role, and they felt that it got a wasted opportunity in really utilizing him. I was not a fan of him. I don't think Ben Affleck is a particularly good actor. I always see Ben Affleck being Ben Affleck. Maybe that's just a me thing. But as far as that Batman movie was concerned, I actually really did enjoy it, other than the last quarter of the film. It was way too long and too bloated, but I like what they were doing with it. Arch, do you like a darker Batman, or do you like a little bit more light in it? Was this too dark for you, maybe?
Honestly, like I like a darker Batman because Batman is supposed to be a darker character. But the problem is we've done too much dark. We've done too much dark. We don't know how to do it properly. I honestly want them to just do Silver Age at this point. I want Ham now. I'd be happier with Ham.
You want to go Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher?
Yeah, I would honestly prefer if they went back and watched Batman the Brave and the Bold cartoon and just did that, basically.
Fair enough. Well, we're getting a superhero that no one asked for. Zolo Mariduena will reportedly return as Blue Beetle in Man of Tomorrow. So they're making a sequel to Blue Beetle.
No, he's gonna be in Man of Tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
he's just gonna have a cameo role because his own film fucking flopped pathetically.
Oh,
yeah, I do think it's ironic because Phoenix, we were mentioning Blue Beetle yesterday.
Yes.
To me, and I'm like, look at that, it's back in DC world.
Thought it existed.
Yeah, no, nobody did. Like, it released and nobody realized, nobody went to see it. I think its sole moment of like glory was when he was passed around the internet for a short bit because they called Batman a fascist in one of the trailers.
Yes.
And that was like the only thing anybody knew about that movie.
Yeah, and I think that's what may have one of the few
I thought they
reasons
called Superman a fascist.
Was it Superman?
Oh, they did.
It was one of them.
Right.
It was one of them, definitely.
They did in the trailer as well as a W, and it's like, oh my god, you freaks.
They have to be careful because I think that's one of the many reasons why He-Man didn't succeed is because in that trailer they did that he pronoun joke, and people took that as, oh god, woke, and apparently it was actually making, from my understanding, I didn't see it, my understanding, it was kind of making fun of that whole culture, it was playing off of it. So I think nowadays with the culture war, you got to be really careful and play it as safe as you can with your trailers.
You do have to be careful. Like, what people need to understand now is that it isn't the reviewers that set the feel for a movie. It is literally the culture war YouTubers that set the feel now, because they're the only people anybody trusts. Like, you can get as many like reviewers or people like that on board. Nobody's going to believe them. Like the Odyssey, like all of the people say it's fantastic, and maybe it is fantastic, but nobody believes them.
I think we learned the whole thing because what's it? Video games were kind of like a jumping off point for a lot of people because video games moved way faster than movies, media ever did.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically got the rundown of how the social media kind of works through the video game in like industry or like culture essentially. So we're just noticing how, because we noticed that IGN, you couldn't listen to them like 10 years ago, like 20 years ago. They were like, you couldn't listen to any of these people because they would always say, they would nod and you say, yep, good game. And in the meantime, you were playing absolute horrid. And then there was a game that was like culturally a little bit bad, apparently, according to the left. And then they would just say, they would tarnish it like nothing else. And then you notice, okay, this is a good game.
Well, I was going to, I'm sorry, Arch, were you going to say something?
No, I was just going to point out that, it is the culture war people that actually set the mood for this stuff now. And so you have to do your PR around them. Man of Steel suffered the same thing. If James Gunn had simply kept his mouth shut and simply just kept going, hopeful Superman, everybody would have been above board. And listen, if they just fucking cast Cavill, I guarantee you that movie would probably have been beloved, despite the countless problems it had with storytelling and timeline and etc.
Yeah, totally agree on that one. Blabs, before I move on to a little topic about George Lucas, do we have some super chats we have to get to?
Yeah, let me hit those up real fast. A mercenary for 5 says, so, hey, Arch, found out my lawsuit is not going to go through. Lady who punched me in the face is going to get away with it because I can't get a doctor to sign off on the eye damage. That's it.
I'm sorry to hear that, Merce.
Too bad, dude. That's very bad.
Marksman for 2 says, Doomsday is a poorly built up endgame. Yeah, there's been no real accumulation. Mercenary for 1 says they were hinting, I think he means that Namor, the king of Atlantis. See,
that's what I said.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I was like, some underwater guy. All I remember is that.
Look at that,
Or
resident comic book guy. I had it. Yeah.
So good. But again, I've not seen Black Panther 2, so I don't even know what the villain was. I don't know. Something else, water, whatever. Commodore Fan for 3 says, I personally think the 90s Batman, the animated series that aired on Fox, was the perfect balance of dark, serious Batman, Silver Age Batman, and campy, fun Batman with a touch of Robin. Thank you very much for that. And we are caught up for now.
Okay. So apparently George Lucas had something to say about the industry. Let's jump over to here. George Lucas says movie studios have become too reliant on focus groups. The audience doesn't know what they want to see. If they don't like a character that's interesting, and as a filmmaker, I want to find out why. But when the studios hear that, they take the wrong message. They let the audience actually make the movie. Now they go crazy with that. He was quoted as saying, now it's all about what the fans think. That isn't how you make the movie. You make a movie by finding someone that knows how to make movies, that has a story to tell and is passionate about it. You go to the movies because the stories move you emotionally. Okay, and I think I'm going to jump to the next. Okay. George Lucas claims...
You might like that image, by the way.
Yes, I do love that image. Very on point for Air Bud. Make sure you go vote for Air Bud. I'm not biased. George Lucas claims AI is the quote-unquote future of filmmaking. There's nothing you can do about it. I think that's pretty much... There really isn't much that we can do.
No.
So this one, Blabs, is this related? The last picture, this is about the museum, right?
That's the entire article where those quotes were coming from if we wanted to source it. But yeah, the reason why George Lucas is basically making the rounds in the news again is because he's having a massive museum of his open up in September. And yes, I do get his newsletters. I do have my email signed up for it because I kind of want to go one day. I think it'd be pretty cool to go see it all. But yeah. That's basically it. It's just him saying AI's here, deal with it.
Yeah, I'd kind of be curious to see if Lucas was still in charge, if he would have embraced AI. That's an interesting question. Right now, he's saying there's nothing you can do about it because he's really not in any kind of power, in a power spot to really dictate it. George Lucas has always been kind of ahead of the curve. He's brought so many technologies to the forefront of how we see movies and things like that, and gaming, believe it or not, as well. I actually lean towards. I don't think he would be a fan of it. I don't think he's a control freak, so I don't see that. But Blabs, would you?
I mean, I never met the guy, but I don't really think he'd be that for AI.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Or maybe it would have helped him with the CGI in the prequels because it just wasn't there yet. And it was there, but he kind of
he wanted to push it forth very quickly. He saw it and was like, I want to use this tool because now I can get the vision I want for the prequels. That was the whole thing.
Yeah, thank you for putting it better than I could.
There's also another thing with LucasArts. Basically, the issue with him is he needs people to correct him because when he made the prequels, there was no one to. Everyone was just nodding along and saying, "Yes, man, you know how to do it." Yeah, exactly. And that was kind of why because LucasArts knows how to do visually and visual storytelling from time to time and do stories, but he is horrible with dialogue. That's the major issue he has. So, and if he could use AI right now, he definitely would, and you definitely see a way to do it, kind of like how Leaflet does with a lot of her things. So I would absolutely think he would. If he see a tools, he would use it because he's just efficient.
I've never been able to have the information. I've been very close to the source, and I could never find out why he chose to write the prequels. He's known for hating writing, so I'm curious why he decided to do that. I believe on the Attack of the Clones, he did have some help, and I forgot his name. But But yeah, I've always said that the prequels had great, to me, they're the better stories. They're just executed poorly. And certainly that goes with the dialogue, which was not great. The pace was a little off.
I hate Sand.
Of course, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Blabs and I have the same mind. We thought of the same quote.
Yeah.
Who wrote it? Was it a helping girl or was it him?
I mean, I don't know. I would like to know if you were dating someone or you're starting to like them and you're looking out at this beautiful vista and they say this really debatably waterhead mentally retarded line. You're kind of going like, do you need a drool cup? That is pretty lame, my friend. That is concerning.
Just a few days later, he's like, I killed them and the children and women.
I killed them. Not just the men, but the women and children too. I killed them all. Yeah.
And Natalie's like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, she's like, I will do you right now.
Yeah, that'll do it. Well, anyway, as you guys know, we have a battle raging on between Lord of the Rings and Air Bud, the far superior franchise. And Lord of the Rings is actually in the news right now. Let me hold up.
So you can only play for about 44 seconds, and then we're going to get hit with the copyright.
Do you want me to mute it?
No, it needs the audio. But honestly, you can just play this muted because it's literally nothing. It's just saying that Gollum is officially in production, and he just kind of strolls in. It's Andy Serkis. But there's reason that I brought it up because he did an interview with the BBC of all people. Now, can anyone answer me what the BBC stands for?
Big Black Cock.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. What were you going to say, Arch?
The British Broadcasting Company, because I was going to subvert
it's
expectations.
Actually corporation, not company, but we're close. It's British Broadcasting Corporation. Anyway, the reason for bringing it up is, he basically says that it's in production. However, again, the BBC did this giant interview with Andy Serkis. And what I find interesting is that they literally pile up on him and go, why is the cast white of Gollum? And he basically says, that like it's based on like Norse mythology and European mythology, and they're white people.
Yeah, it's based on Celtic like mythos essentially.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole thing Tolkien wanted to write. The whole idea is that Tolkien wanted to write a story that he himself wanted to read, but it didn't exist. A mythos that he could just delve deep into.
Yeah,
so he
Phoenix,
decided to make it himself.
Article.
Yeah, sure. Here we go.
Yeah, you can keep going, Atari. I just want to pull up the article.
Because like the Numino essentially is just the story of Atlantis essentially, and like a lot of different other things. Like so, a lot of it just take place in like the West, like in England essentially. The whole story and everything else, and the story of the trilogy is just based around because he was Hobbit was supposed to be a child's story to read for his children, and then later on they wanted like a bit more serious story. So he wrote Lord of the Rings, and then it took between book 1 and 2. It took a more drastic turn because now he really found something he really wanted to do more, or like he knew where he wanted to go with it. So
if you look at this article, so if scroll down some more, there's a little bit more. Yeah, this section. Okay, so it says I got it. It says every major cast member announcement to date has been white. Jamie Dornan, Anna Taylor-Joy, Kate Winslet, Leah Woodall, as well as the returning stars including Elijah Wood and Sir Ian McKellen. The question is why? So then this is where it's like, So Serkis nods his head before answering, and it's clear this is a subject he has given a lot of thought. By the way, can you zoom in a little bit more? Tolkien himself was influenced a lot by Norse mythology. There's a lot of that feeling. The Shire feels very, very, oh my. Okay, where'd it go? The Shire feels very, very much like a very, very white, He tails off and pauses before continuing with a greater certainty. They're not very concerned about what goes on beyond the borders of the Shire, but they know they don't want people coming in. Isn't that interesting how he's basically saying they're all white and they don't want people coming in? I just thought that was a little bit funny.
Interesting about how the book 3 ends.
Yeah, and then he continues and says, this particular film is somewhat acknowledging that, but I don't think we will be doing a politically correct just casting for the sake of casting and ticking boxes version of this film. So it's where relevant, basically. And that's all you need to know. Then he goes on and talks about his actual new movie, George Orwell's Animal Farm. I just think it's funny that, one, he basically defends the casting and said, listen, it's based on mythology. We're not going to just hire people just for the sake of check boxes and ticking it off. So I thought that was actually nice to see, but it is funny to see that the BBC made this article, but they never asked the same question based for the Odyssey, I do find.
Well, that's a big statement he made, because that's not going to get past PR. So the fact that that's being now kind of a message that might be signaling some kind of turn, maybe. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Lord of the Rings' franchise has been damaged by so much bad. We got the Rings of Power. In fact, Stephen Colbert, I believe, is working on this or some other Lord of the Rings film. Andy Serkis just came off of Animal Farm, which did not do well at all. So I'm wondering if they're trying to right the ship a little bit, because that is a statement that a few months ago would have gotten him canceled. Am I crazy?
Yeah. In like a couple years ago, for sure.
Yeah, 2 years ago, like before, like if Elon Musk didn't buy Twitter, essentially, yeah, it would be canceled. He wouldn't. I don't think he would be very cautious of making it. But I feel like everyone is starting to realize now it's okay to say the obvious. Now, finally, we can cast away this charade finally, or like actually say, yeah, no, we are casting it the way we want it to be, like because they are fans of the whole thing as well. Like a lot of people who did Lord of the Rings or the OG cast, Elijah Woods, all of them read the books and everything else, and all of them were very interested in it. So yeah, I think they want to be true to the source material, and if they get any clapback, I think it's going to be very minimalistic.
Any thoughts, Arch?
I think, I don't know if it's entirely by accident or not, but we are going to see a turning of the tides on this. It's inevitable. That was obviously a pre-planned notion, as he had thought about this to deliver that reasoning and justification. But they're clearly not like happy to do it yet. They're going to test the waters, and we're entering this period now where they can't just throw aside progressivism. So it's going to be a very gradual replacement of this. It's going to be years where they're going to try and please both parties, and eventually they're going to be basically fully on our side, but slowly but surely.
Yeah, true.
Does anyone have any interest in the actual movie itself?
That's what I was going to ask.
Not until it's out and I know if it's good or not.
Until I know what is it even going to be about.
Well, it's the hunt for Gollum.
Like I remember watching like a B movie about the hunt for Gollum and I was like, what the frick? And it looked like such a low production movie. I just dropped it like after watching 20 minutes of it when I was a kid. So it's got to be interesting, but I'm with Arch. Until I see actual footage or like what it actually looks like, I'm gonna hold my breath.
Now, did either one of you, or even Phoenix, did you guys see that Lord of the Rings animated movie that came out? Was it last year?
Oh, last year? No.
It was
2 years ago.
The War for Rohirrim?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Too girl bossing. Like they got certain parts of it correct, but at the end of the day, it's literally just girl boss the anime in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Oh, it was an anime film? It wasn't 3D? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it was an
the
animated
whole
movie.
thing undermined like one of the characters, like what was it? The lady who said, but I'm no man. They literally undermined her thing because she didn't break the mold. There was already another girl boss who did it before her.
Yep. There's always another girl boss.
I have a very fast question before we get to our last last topic. So Lord of the Rings is, at least in my opinion, it has had a lot of missteps after the initial trilogy, right? I think The Hobbit was fairly divisive. Not everyone loved that. I think they at least at the very least thought it was like one film too many. Then you had Rings of Power. Now you're hearing Stephen Colbert is going to be working on these. Some may argue that they're milking the property. I'm not saying that. I'm just curious. As Lord of the Rings fans, what is Lord of the Rings doing so right for you guys that Star Wars didn't do right? Because you had these rabid Star Wars fans, but enough of these similar downfalls has made them reject the property as a whole. What is it about Lord of the Rings that keeps your interest and your hope alive where it's not working for Star Wars?
Well, I think it's actually the exact same position as Star Wars. It's just that Lord of the Rings still has the trilogy, and people still cling to that as the absolute masterwork that it was. And they've rejected everything that came later. So I think, if anything, it is just blind hope. In the same way that there's always going to be a degree of blind hope around Star Wars properties as well. Because people keep wanting, and it took a very long time before people were just like, no, Star Wars is dead. So, yeah.
Almost 10 years, basically.
Too.
Yeah.
Yep. Whereas Lord of the Rings is not as far down the pipeline because it's only had one truly atrocious show, and that's Rings of Power. And the only problem with that is that it's been signed up for like 5 seasons, so it's just going to keep continuing. But most people also look at that and go, it's like, that's obviously not Lord of the Rings. So.
Right. Okay. Attari, any thoughts?
No, I'm kind of in the same boat. Basically, Lord of the Rings is kind of like the franchise is a lot younger than Star Wars, and they already had like they're kind of like a few decades behind essentially Star Wars, like essentially.
In terms of the downfall.
Yeah, if this one's flopped, the one becomes up now, then we can start seeing like Star Wars have this a lot more higher rhetoric, because as Arch mentioned, we only have seen one massive flop, or like few here and there. No, it's tied like a whole plethora of like shows, TV shows, and books that just makes it weird.
Yeah, Star Wars has put out more garbage overall.
Labs, any opinion on this? I know you're not the biggest Lord of the Rings follower, but do you have any insight on that?
I think the guys are kind of hit it on the head for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll get to do we have to do super chats, or are we going to get to
let me
last
hit up some supers real fast, and then we're going to get into why a woman decided to bash a kid for patriotism. All right. The guy for 5 says Taco Bell diarrhea epidemic, Blue Beetle being in Superman, James Gunn 2, coincidence? Actually, let's not talk about it. The Elf choose it. That was pretty good. 5 Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, of course.
Thank you very much. Mercenary for 5 says, Angry Joe is a perfect example of why you don't listen to the reviewers anymore. He was making people who go see Supergirl before he even reviewed it. Yeah.
Like,
well, it's the idea, like, because the problem is the reviewers go like, oh, but how do you know it's trash? You haven't seen it. We don't need to see it anymore. We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Mercenary for 1 says, I'll take 10,000 George Lucas Star Wars and 1 more Force Awakens. Force Awakens made me walk out of the theater. I demand my money back. Also this and 11 for Era Bud. All right, thank you very much.
Was that 12?
The thing is, we don't normally count the previous ones unless they're in the super chat, because then I don't remember how much. So it's actually just 1 for Era Bud if we're going to stick to the rules. I'm sorry. Mercenary, you have to put your super in specifically, or else we can't keep up. Insulin for 5 says there's a reason every scene in the prequels is a meme. 5 more for Basketball Buddy. Listen, they may be memes, but they're beautiful, glorious memes, and I love them.
They are. We look at them fondly now.
Yes, I've always looked at them fondly, Sam. Marksman for 2 says Padme groomed Anakin. Correct.
True.
True and real. Nate here says, don't forget about the fact that Stephen Colbert is a writer for this movie. Could spill trouble for the Gollum movie. 20 for Lord of the Rings.
Nate? Nate for Lord of the Rings? Tisk. Yeah. I'm sorry.
The thing is, though, like, I understand that Colbert is a very, very big Lord of the Rings fan, so maybe he would get it right. But then again, you also picture him dancing in a vaccine, like, mascot thing. So
but what are his writing credits?
Exactly.
He had minimal. He did, I believe, a handful of sketches on the Dana Carvey show, perhaps, and things like that. Yeah. But to do an epic saga, I don't know if he's
maybe he's just like has his name stamped on it, and there's actual ghostwriter. Maybe I don't know.
Have advertised that.
Speculation. But anyway, feel free to pivot now, Phoenix.
Yeah, I will. I really wish we were able to put that $11 in, because it really would have helped. But anyway, no. The rules are the rules. No, the rules are the rules.
Guys, Airbud, come on.
Come on, let's do it. All right, our final story. Let me jump here. Here we go. This is from our good friend Mitsu. It's Eric. Meanwhile, in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, a woman took it upon herself to attack a minor for politically themed clothing. The pants in question were a USA Star-Spangled theme. Bonus, she's Canadian, and ICE has filed a detainer on her. Should I read this report here?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
But not as fast, though, so the audience can keep up with you.
During the evening of 7/3/26, officers responded to and began investigating an alleged assault of a female juvenile by an adult female suspect on the boardwalk. The female suspect began yelling at the female juvenile over patriotic colored sweatpants with political wording. Female suspect was then seen on video striking the juvenile female once to the body and once to the face with an open hand. The female suspect then left the scene without being identified. After investigation done by the PD Detective Bureau, this agency was able to identify Caitlin Tracy of Allenhurst, New Jersey, as the suspect for this incident on said date. At that time, Mrs. Tracy was charged with simple assault, that endangering the welfare of a child, that harassment, that and obstruction, that thing too, by Detective Corey McCormick of the Point Pleasant Beach Police Department. In the early morning of 7/13/26, Miss Tracy was taken into custody at headquarters without incident. Miss Tracy was processed and transported to Ocean County Jail, where she will be held until she has detention hearing as per New Jersey Bail Reform Act. We would like to thank the Asbury Park Police Department, the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office, the 11th District of the Toronto Police Service, and the United States Custom and Border Protection Intelligence Team for their assistance during this investigation. Remind the public that all individuals charged are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Thank you. And then I guess this is her
Wow.
bag of AIDS right there.
Little.
Yeah, she looks
potential
balanced.
bag of AIDS. Yeah.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah, so wow.
And so it's essentially just these pants that may have said just what USA on it.
Yeah, apparently
That's
because they're
political?
patriotic. Yeah. Now she might also just be not sound of mind like at all anyway, and has nothing to do with politics. And she just like, I don't like you, whack. Because I mean, how many times do you see people just getting shoved onto subway stations for no reason other than the person's insane?
Yeah, it's definitely like a mental kind of like there is a few mental stuff you have to cross over to go physical on someone on out of nowhere in public. So yeah, like there's definitely something wrong in her head.
Yeah, and it could also just very well be that she just doesn't like America. Yes, she's Canadian and was in America.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me. It was like, oh, it was like I thought it from offset. I thought it was like someone in America who was like a bit of a like cuckoo in the head, but no, it's someone who actually flew to America, saw an American being patriot, and then just smack him.
If she's so troubled, there is a pod that can help her out. Maybe she'll go and seek that Canadian pod.
If she's so troubled by it.
Well, let's end on a high note. It is a high note for...
Let me hit up some supers before you hit on the high note. Nathan for 20 says, as Lord of the Rings fan, the fandom knows when to lock ranks when it comes to tourists. It's not the fans that want more Lord of the Rings, it's the corporations that want more. Thus, they're making a movie about 2 sentences in Fellowship. # Lord of the Rings. 20 for Lord of the Rings right there.
Airbud, folks, it's time to shine.
Come on,
it's
where you guys at? Where are my doggy friends
Think of
at?
the upset. Think of the faces on
Show
this very
them who's
panel.
superior, chat. Show them who's the superior in the movie industry.
Yeah. Dirt is King for 10 says, I am lifting at the gym for Frodo, for the Fellowship, for the Lord of the Rings. That's 10 for Lord of the Rings.
Thank you.
Geg says 5 for you, just for you, Phoenix, for the Adventures of Milo and Otis. Oops, wrong movie. For Air Bud. That's 5 for Air Bud.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. And then Evil Magic for 5. There's only 2 ways I'll ever accept a remake of Lord of the Rings. Muppets or Bud of the Rings. 5 for Xenosaga. Thank you very much.
That would be funny.
And we are caught up for now, so we can go and do your favorite segment now.
Yes, this is a highlight of the show, and I know you're going to nail this one. Blabs, show us.
Today, in gaming history, with Blabs.
I like orange. Sorry for cutting you off. I didn't think it was going to press play right away. Anyway, everybody, July 15th means the NES in Japan was released on this day back in 1983. You have Herc's Adventure Breaks back in 1997. And this one I did just for Archiekins. You are so welcome. Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector was released back in 2021, making it 5 years old today. You're welcome.
Yes.
I mean, sort of, but that's just the DLC for the Tau of all the disgusting factions you could conceivably have picked.
Well, you are welcome, regardless.
Herc's Adventure with the LucasArts game. So we had that. That's on topic.
Oh, look how much I'm tying it all in together. Oh, so good. Number one producer. Ow. Anyway.
That's before your head just swells and leaves your body. Let's see some
yours
games.
Can't even get past the doorway.
Good point. All right. Today, other games and systems we missed today.
In, please.
1 second.
Fut. There you
That's
go.
good? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
The NES, apparently in Japan, which was the Famicom.
Yeah.
Okay, we did that. Legend of Mana. I think that's a pretty big one. I think I'm getting hung up on the mana thing.
Yeah, you are. Totally are. Mm-hmm.
Finny the Fish and the Seven Waters, NCAA Football 2005, not as revolutionary as 2004.
That's precisely right. I've trained you well.
Yep. Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. Shin Megami Tensei is on every single day. NCAA Football 9, Dayblade Metal Masters, Fire Emblem, Shin Mansho no Naozao Hikaru to Kaga no Iu. One of my favorite games. Naruto Shippuden.
Like reading something backwards.
Kazuna Drive. Abyss Odyssey. Oh, okay. Okay, that's not Abe's Odyssey. Abyss Odyssey. Chain Chronicle. This seems to be a very Japanese, like RPG heavy thing. Okay.
I have no idea.
Monster Hunter Generations. RimWorld. It's Arches
RimWorld's
Wednesdays.
a pretty big thing.
Fairy Tale. Oh boy. You defeat monsters and gain strong weapons and armor. You may be defeated, but don't give up. Become stronger. I believe there will be a day when the heroes defeat the Devil King. This is my favorite game of all time.
I love the
title of the game.
Yes.
Paragraph. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it keeps going. Shin-Chan, Me and the Professor on Summer Vacation, The Endless 7-Day Journey. We discussed Warhammer. DC League of Super Pets, The Adventures of Crypto and Ace. Loud, EA Sports College Football 25.
Not revolutionary.
Why
Kemet? I remember that.
This? Do you remember this one, Attari?
Yeah, a friend of mine introduced me to it, and I
What
don't
is
recommend
that?
it to anyone. You don't want to know.
Okay. Fair. And then coming out apparently today, Densh Attack, The Mound Omen of Cthulhu, eBaseball Pro Spirit 2026. Good Lord, is today terrible for gaming, except not Blabs' choices. Those were all
Thank you. Fabulous. Look at them. Look at those again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
so I have. How about this? We're gonna put. We'll put 3 minutes on the clock. We'll do that. You right with that, Phoenix?
You say when?
When?
We are going.
All right. So, Con Air for 10 says, when the options are gold with cheap knockoffs and Mad for TV slop from the 90s and 2000. Lord of the Rings for 10 right there. Nathan for 5 says, also, I think the main difference is Star Wars are more normie friendly, whereas Lord of the Rings has always been more intellectual and niche. That's fair. Star Wars is more normie friendly than
We need to stop calling it intellectual, guys.
I wouldn't say that, though. No, I don't think it's intellectual. I would say it's more niche, Lord of the Rings.
It's a lot more relaxing to watch it, and you're watching a mythology more so.
Mitchell for 2 says, bro, get them Jim Gaines, L of the R. Okay.
That's 2 for Lord of the Rings.
No, I tried to play stupid. Anyway, okay. So, Attari, where can everyone find you?
Oh, they can find me on Attari Fellerin on almost every platform. X, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and that's about it.
His links are down in the description below. And Arch, where can everyone find you?
On the internet.
I think his plugs are better than mine, Phoenix. I'm just saying.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Where can they find you, Arch? On the YouTube somewhere, perhaps?
On the YouTubes, supposedly.
Great, thank you, Arch.
In a cabin in the woods in Norway as well.
Guys, we are $50 shy of a revolution.
All right, hang on. Here, read that one.
New member for 10. I'm sorry. Dirt is King. New member for 10. Fire Emblem was a really well done remake of FE3. That was the first Avatar My Unit to be in a Fire Emblem game. It was the last Japanese exclusive Lord of the Rings. Okay, thank you very much. 60
All
now.
right. I'm going to have to have you read these because I think I missed this Rumble rant. I got to find
Drow
it.
Fighter, Blab, RimWorld, Lord of the Rings for 6. Thank you for using, I believe, Rumble Wallet there.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm looking for a Rumble rant. Oh, no, I don't see it. I don't see this Rumble rant that I apparently missed. Oh, here it is. All right, here we go. Common Fan put this one in real fast. Okay, here we go. Common Fan says, like us chats, US were in the late 90s and early 2000s days of dial-up, so as an SOS host, it was a lot of teens screaming and yelling at each other, pedos in team rooms, or users lying about themselves. Well, gee willikers, thank you for that. Thank you very much. Okay, let me go and get this one. Okay, we got that one. Thank you.
Okay.
Common Fan says we missed it, but no, we didn't. We got it now. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry I missed it.
20 seconds.
All right, I think we are currently caught up right now on all of them. Oh, I'm so sorry, Phoenix. Oh, well, look. Oh, Huaba Andy says the dog shall not No. No. That's 20 for Lord of the Rings. Oh, I'm sorry, Toots.
Dog gotta stay in the dog house.
Oh,
That's
no
okay.
dogs allowed.
Guys. All right. So I believe that is it, correct?
There's, hang on, two of them just came in. You guys really like waiting at the last minute.
That
Here,
is
you can
after
read that
0.
one. No, they're YouTube. It's a bit of a delay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So there's that one. Want to read
No,
that
I would
one?
say Nathan Cassidy. No, I would say Lord of the Rings is more intellectual because a lot of them prefer to read books, unlike Star Wars fans, in my experience, anyway. Thank you, Nathan.
It's
Alright.
also that Star Wars doesn't have like a book to origin point, while Lord of the Rings does.
Valamure.
That's $6.64 for Lord of the Rings. He says, Lord of the Rings are the legendarium. The professor's work cannot be truly defaced. Morgoth's servants will not have the victory. The curse of Fëanor will end them. Those words that I read. Thank you very much.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Now I guess you can announce the winner.
All
I'm
right,
sorry, Phoenix.
guys.
Will that $11 have made a difference?
No, but it's okay, guys. I'm gonna go full screen here for a second, guys. Listen to me. I want to thank every single person out there who voted for Air Bud. And listen, guys, we may have losses. I'm going to show you the numbers. But when we really think about it, we're only with like $75 or so shy from Lord of the Rings. That's a pretty good showing for a movie franchise about a dog that plays basketball. Here we go, the final tally: $266.20 for Lord of the Rings, and $175.99 for the little dog that tried. He did his best, and in my eyes is a true champion. But for today, it does in fact go to the reigning champion, Lord of the Rings. Here to accept this incredible achievement of Lord of the Rings is Attari. Arch.
Well, it was obvious enough. The dog has been eaten, the orcs are happy, and everyone who's normal celebrates today because this was a silly thing, and everybody should be deeply ashamed of allowing it to happen in the first place.
All right, Attari, you may speak now.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the obvious has been made. However, it did put up a good fight. Paw by paw, it crawled itself. Unfortunately, it did fill up the stew of the orcs.
I'm just saying, Air Bud for the win. And all you guys who didn't vote for Air Bud need to rethink your life because you didn't vote for a dog.
Your life choices.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to give you guys a little behind the scenes, if I may. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I did want to show you something that I did want to do, but ultimately we decided not to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that could have happened. Yes, Godzilla could have been potentially one of the movie franchises, but we ultimately decided to Air Bud. And I think that was a better choice. But
I mean, we could always try doing Lord of the Rings versus Godzilla tomorrow.
Well, which one of them in that case would you pick?
No, it's overall, it's the franchise.
Oh, franchise. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to see how that would go, because I know there's a lot of rabid Godzilla fans, because one of the great things about Godzilla, one of the best things about Godzilla is it's never, from my understanding, it has never went woke. It has never done any of those things. It has been pretty consistent, love it or hate it. It has stuck pretty much to its guns, other than the Roland Emmerich debacle in it was a 2000 Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. Outside of that,
I don't even think I saw that one.
I just love the power play the people in Japan did when they saw the 2000 movie, Godzilla movie. I say, yeah, no, We're not going to make it. We're not going to make you like remove it from the anthology. We're just gonna call you guys stupid for believing this was Godzilla and make it canon.
All right. Well, we are caught up on super chats. So maybe I did put it the showdown for tomorrow. We'll see if the boss wants it or not. But tomorrow, guys, we are joined by Philip and Tiny Panda Face. We are going Asian. So obviously I had to do Jackie Chan and Ming-Na Wen. So thanks everyone. All right, guys, you can find Attari's links down below. You can find Arch's links down below. I want to make sure that I'm all caught up on supers. I am. All right. And don't forget to follow and subscribe if you're new.
Hit that follow, like, and subscribe, all that good stuff.
Phoenix, do you know how to do the outro?
Touch grass.
Okay, I'm gonna do it then. All right, guys, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Remember to tune us in tomorrow at noon Eastern. And remember, people are gonna try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys gotta go get it. We'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye. Fatality.